Hi. Can you hear me?
Hi, your only viewer.
Hi there.
O, paano i-mute to?
Okay, let's post something on Facebook. Okay, I'll be back. Oh my God. Baka dun dapat sa iMac. Hi. So it's my first live video on YouTube. I'm not sure what to expect, but oh, there's a few people watching now.
I can see you.
I'll mute this for a sec. Okay, I'm back. Who's on here? Let me know. I want to know where you're watching from. Are you in the Philippines? Are you watching from Canada? Are you watching from Singapore? And thanks for joining me. I have like 3 million watchers. Woo! This is exciting. Hi. Hi, JR. Hi, Follette. How are you? Kamusta dyan sa Singapore? Oh, so this is how live streaming is pala. Can you hear me well? Comment naman kayo dyan if you can hear me, because I'm not sure if you can hear me loud and clear. And how's the quality of the video? I do have a ring light here, so I hope that it comes out brighter. Yay, that's awesome. Okay, so the purpose of this live is actually a little bit more, like to give you a little bit more information about how I got here in Canada. So I'm gonna share how I immigrated to Canada, some tips for taking the IELTS examinations, and also comparing my life now in Canada compared to like what it was before Philippines and in Singapore. Yeah. Hi. Oh, so you can't really see everyone, like all the participants. But I can see the numbers that are watching, but I can't see all the names. So just type something if you're there. Maybe I'll wait like a few more minutes to start. Like maybe at 8:10, then I'll start sharing my background. Yeah, I'm using a laptop. Okay, participants. Okay. Yeah, I can see my name. Okay, I can see. Okay, yeah, there you go. Hi, Francesca. Hello, hello. Thanks for coming on here. This is exciting. Kamusta kayo dyan? I know ang lapit lang natin sa isa't isa, but we haven't seen each other in like a few weeks now. Okay, so the time here right now is 8:06 p.m. It's a Friday night, and I believe it's like 9 a.m. Saturday morning in the Philippines and in Singapore. Am I right? So it's a little bit rainy here, like all throughout the day. What's the weather like in Manila and Singapore right now, I wonder? Maybe I'll try to have like some background music. Oh, sabi ni Follette, yes, correct sa time. And, oh, tulog pa sila Yula and Erin. How about Dean? Oh, si Follette, yung husband niya, si Dean. Tapos si Francesca naman, yung anak niya, Dean yung name. So nice. Okay. How to search background music? I guess copyright free music. Yeah.
Projects, marketing, product development, HR,
Oops, my ads.
production.
Do you guys hear the background music? Go ka sa audio library na channel. Oh. So whenever yung asawa ni Follette na si Dean, he's super, super nice guy. Kaya alam ko magiging super nice guy din si Dean, na anak ni Francesca. Go ka sa audio library na channel. Okay. Let's try to figure this out. Playlists. Let's see. Okay, we'll go to happy music. Again. Can you hear the audio? Is it loud enough or mahina ba siya? Or wala kayo naririnig? Okay, that's good. Okay. So I'll start now. Okay. So, paano ba nagsimula na magpunta ako dito sa Canada? Or how did the idea come up? Well, nung nasa university pa ako, sa University of the Philippines, Manila, and I was studying I was studying to be a pharmacist, marami akong kakilala doon who actually went to Canada na. Like yung mga alumni, you can hear them, oh, si ganito, nasa Canada na pala siya, pharmacist na, tapos doing really well, tapos ganito yung sweldo, yun. So actually, sabi ni Follette, anong gamit kong app? I'm just using yung live camera sa YouTube mismo. Hindi siya naka-app. Because I'm not sure kung anong app yung mga pwedeng gamitin. So I just click go live dun sa YouTube studio. So wala siyang mga effects at the bottom, I guess. And yeah. Maybe next time I'll explore like some of the apps. So anyway, going back, nung nasa university pa ako, I've been hearing yung mga alumni na, oh, sharing stories about Canada, being a pharmacist in Canada, and yung how much they're earning. So nakaka-entice, basically. Money was like one of the factors in looking for a job abroad. Because I know yung pharmacist salary sa Pinas, it's not much. And I was looking for a way para pabuti ko yung buhay ng family ko. Kasi nung time namin, we were really struggling. We're not rich. Hindi naman kami in poverty, pero marami kaming utang. So I guess parang, ayun, we're poor, basically. We were just getting by. I remember sometimes when I go to school, yung baon ko, pamasahe lang. Wala akong pang lunch, wala akong pamasahe pa uwi. So, thankfully, marami akong mga friends doon na, medyo naiyak ako pag naalala ko. Thankfully, marami akong mga friends doon na super helpful nila. Ayun. So, minsan, papahiramin nila ako ng pera, pang bili ng mga lab supplies, mga test tubes, mga books, photocopy, pamasahe pa uwi, and yun. Tapos minsan hati-hati kami sa pagkain, sa lunch nila para meron din akong food. Naalala ko talaga before, may time na dumating ako saktong lunchtime tapos wala akong pambili ng lunch. So, marami kaming magkakaibigan and then sumubo ako ng isa sa bawat isa sa kanila. Ayun, busog. Those were the days. Kaya payatot ako nun eh. Ngayon, medyo mataba na kasi marami may pambili na ng pagkain. Sabi ni Mami Follette, been there, Monique, but mom is so masipag and madiskarte kaya nakatapos ako. Yeah. I mean, it's really tough to live in the Philippines, especially if you're not coming from a rich family. Marami ka talagang pagdadaanan. But I was very glad na na-experience ko yun kasi I think that it made me stronger. And, medyo nagbe-break yung voice ko. Anyway, I think it gave me a lot of insights ng, syempre, kapag galing ka sa pinakababa, mas na-appreciate mo pag medyo nakaangat-angat ka na. Diba? Agree? Agree ba kayo doon? Yan. So, moving on, money was actually one of the, yes, correct. Sabi ni Mami Follette, it makes you value things. That is true. Like, yung mga simpleng bagay na minsan take for granted mo lang. Ngayon dito, when you think about it, masyado siyang big deal actually pag nasa Pinas na. For example, dati, alam niyo yung roasted chicken, let's say, yung sa Andox, di ba? 7 kami sa family, and yung isang yun, hati-hati na kami. So, kailangan maliliit na party lang at yun na yung dinner namin. Actually, medyo pa nga yun. Minsan isang bangus lang. Bangus is milkfish. So, minsan isang bangus lang, tapos hati-hati na kami doon. 7 sa isang fish. But now, yung isang fish na yun or isang chicken na yun, 2 lang kami. And it makes you appreciate na, wow, ganun pala yung life noon. So there, actually, money was one of like the main motivators for me to find opportunities out of the Philippines. Kasi, okay, so after ko graduate ng university, after ko mapasa yung board exam, I started working right away. So yung first job ko sa Philippines is as a pharmacist trainer sa Generica drugstores. So that was back in 2011. So I graduated in 2010. I took the board exam January 2011. And then I think around February 2011, that's when I started working sa training department of Generica drugstores. So si Kuya Ganch, I went to him in university. So he was one of the people who helped me get into the company. So it was really fun working there sa Generica drugstore. I learned a lot of things. So as a pharmacist trainer, one of my main jobs is actually to help franchisees. So yung mga drugstores, yung mga may-ari nun, franchisees yung tawag. So yung mga franchisees, they set up stores all around the Philippines, like all over the Philippines. So some of them not in Manila, so you have to travel far, sometimes sa pinaka-north or pinaka-south of the Philippines. Because of Generica, I was able to travel a lot and explore the country, which I really, really enjoyed. Also, it's nice. Doon rin na-meet yung, marami rin ako na-meet na tao because of it. And I was very, very thankful for that experience kasi it allowed me to explore the country and at the same time work in a good company. Yan. But of course, it's the salary is not enough because I was also like trying to support my family. And during that time, nag-aaral pa yung mga most of my siblings in school. So I wanted to like earn more to support my family para meron kaming pambayad ng bills, meron pambayad sa school ng mga kapatid ko, may pambaon. Favorite place that okay, so Trisha asked, what is your favorite place that you've traveled in the Philippines? Favorite ko, I would say Davao. Yan. That's actually one of my favorite places na kahit ilang beses kong balik-balikan, I really enjoyed it there. Because Davao is like, so it's a city, but it's so clean and safe siya. Well, the time that I was there, I've been there like few times. Mura din ang pagkain, ang bilihin. You can have like a buffet dinner for like 100 pesos or even less than. You can go out late at night and walang masyadong manggugulo sa'yo. You don't have to worry about your safety. And yung food, masarap at mura lang. I remember we were eating, I think, ulam and kanin like less than 20 pesos. So that's like 50 cents in Canadian dollars. So that's wild, diba? Like parang wala pang $1 yung meal mo, busog ka na. Yun. Tapos favorite ko din yung mga fruits. Doon ko na-try talaga yung durian. So if you've never had durian, you really need to try it. Because before, nung hindi ko pa siya natatry, I was like, ayoko niya ng baho kasi, alam mo yung pagpasok mo ng supermarket, tapos yun yung unang-unang mong maaamoy, and it's like, such a turn off yung amoy niya. Ang baho talaga. As in, ang baho. I never even touched it before going to Davao. Pero, nung nagpunta ko dun sa Davao, they said, oh, Mamo, you need to try this. Tapos, pinapunta nila ako dun sa tabi, like sa bangketa. Oh, no, actually, that was like one of the times na after. Anyway, we went to a place. Tapos they said, you should try this. Binigyan nila ako ng plastic pang balot ng kamay mo para hindi magiging mabaho yung kamay mo. And then, nakakatakot din siya hawakan kasi yung skin niya, it's like so spiky. Pagka, nung spikes? So anyway, tatanggalin ni Manong yung balat, tapos makukuha mo na lang yung yellow, which is like the laman itself, yung may seed. And then you just bite into it. And it's so creamy and so delicious. Like, seriously. sobrang creamy pala niya. I didn't realize how good it is until I've actually tried the actual fruit. Yan. So, ever since then, I'm like, oh yes, durian. So, even nung nasa Singapore na ako, durian is very, very popular. Oh my gosh, I never miss an opportunity to actually eat one. So, I remember before, sa HDB kami nakatira. So, it's like an apartment and we share it with other people. So, I have to always like open the windows kasi nga mabaho and it will really stink up the whole place. But durian is so good, lalo na if it's like frozen or in desserts like cake and ice cream. So durian ice cream is so, so good. Yan. I think dito din I've been eating durian, but not the fruit kasi mabaho. I'm like, kasi Dimitri, have you tried the durian? I don't think so. I don't think na he's ever tried durian. But I'm very considerate naman sa mga kasama ko, like even sa workplace. So, I never ate durian fruit here, but just yung durian shake, which is the ice blended version, and it's so good. Yan. So, wait, let's read muna yung comments. Sabi ni Mommy Follette, crybaby ka rin pala, Monique. Yes, super crybaby. Hi. Like, few days ago, I think Tuesday, we have a work cat. Tapos, hindi naman ako super hilig sa pusa. But, sadly, we had to let go of her. And I was like crying buckets kasi I didn't know I was kind of attached pala dun sa pusa. I never expected kasi I grew up with dogs. So, sabi ng boss ko, okay ka lang ba? But yeah, tumulo na lang talaga yung luha ko. And then she said, ako din madaling maiyak pero laban lang. Yeah. It makes us stronger. Yes, I remember Dinas from Davao. Okay, sabi ni Mama, naiyak ako kasi hinagdan mo kung ano ang narating mo now. Hinagdan. Or I guess binalikan ko kung ano yung narating ko now. Yeah. Francesca, you should try durian. It's really good. Kahit try mo lang yung durian shake. Yes, masarap yung frozen durian and durian ice cream. Yan. Mama! Sabi ni Mama, I love you, Monique. Mama, I love you. I miss you. Naiyak ka ba? Kaya inaba ko muna yung topic kasi naiyak ako kanina. Every time na maalala ko yung past ko, naiyak na naman ako. Ayun, I remember pa nga before my time na, well, I can talk about this now na kasi, kumbaga, past ko na yun eh. Pero before, medyo parang nakakahiya ba? Kasi yung mga friends ko nun, medyo may kaya yung iba. Pero kay Bear, alam naman nila na ganun yung situation namin. Pero I guess not everyone knew. There was a time pa actually na, I think last year ko in university yon or nag-aaral ako for board exam. Wala kaming kuryente for like 3 months. Seriously. Nakakabit lang kami ng isang bombilya dun sa lola ko para meron kaming kuryente. Yeah. But yeah, ngayon, tignan nyo nga, may ring light pa ako. Anyway, so yun. Yun yung first job ko sa Generica. Tapos, so because of it, kahit yung mga weekends ko minsan occupied kasi you have to go to different provinces ng Philippines. Let's say you go to Davao for like 14 days or 10 days or 7 days, depende kung gaano katagal yung training. I actually forgot na how long the training periods were. But yeah, you go there for a certain period of time and then you rest, tapos you go again to some place to someplace else. Yun. So, marami ako na-meet doon na tao and I really, really enjoyed going there. But, of course, yun nga, enough yung pera that I was getting. So, I needed to hustle more, basically. So, meron akong online shop nun. Until about my first year here sa Canada, it was active. So, yung Antea online shop, nag-start yun actually sa Multiply. Yung business ko na yun, I've had it since, I guess, 2004. Parang mga first year ko sa college. I think 2004, 2005. Ang mga pinakauna kong binenta, actually, mga t-shirts, mga Lacoste shirts from France. Yun. So, naging super mabenta yun. And slowly, nag-expand siya. Nagbenta rin ako ng mga pabango, mga earrings, accessories, tapos mga t-shirts. Isa sa mga business ko noon sa UP, yung nagbebenta ko ng mga UP shirts. So, meron akong naging supplier, tapos mga UP shirts yung binibenta. And then eventually, nagtayo kami ng best friends ko, like sila Julie, A's, and Steph. So, Gems. Julie, A's, Monique, and Steph. Yung Gems na yun, we were actually doing like mga customized shirts. So, yun yung mga naging business namin. Yun. And then, it continued hanggang sa nag-work na ako sa Generica. Basta kung ano lang yung makita ko na pwedeng ibenta, bibenta ko, like mga shoes, makeup, whatever. Yung mga naisip ko na pwedeng i-resell. Oh, isa pa pala, like mga contact lenses. So, kasi since noon pa, I've been wearing contact lenses since I was, I think, 12 years old. So, naisip ko, oh, why not gawin na ibenta ko to? Kasi, at least meron akong pagkakakitaan. So, isa yun sa mga best sellers. Meron siya mga iba't ibang colors, designs. Yun, naging mabenta talaga siya. And then, nung nasa Singapore na ako, even though I was working, wait lang, lowbat yung laptop. Basahin ko muna yung mga comments. Sabi ni Mama, oo, naiyak ako kasi nandyan ka na. Ayun, I'm so happy na nanonood sila, Mama. Thank you sa support. Ganyan talaga pag family support ka talaga. Yun. Tsaka wala naman kasi sali dito eh. So, nasa Pinas sila and na-appreciate ko talaga na pinapanood nila yung videos ko. Tapos anything na i-post ko, pinapanood nila. Yan. Sabi ni Trish, haha, galing 8.8 Lazada sale ba yung ring light? Char. Yes. I wish. Thank you, Lazada. Thank you, Shopee. But no, this one is thank you, Amazon. And then sabi ni Mama, naalala mo ba yung baon mo pang isang way lang? Kasi, but I am so proud of you kasi yung struggles natin with patience and faith na balang araw makakatapos din hirap, di ba? Yeah, good point. Si Mama lagi niya sinasabi na maging patient ka lang, tapos magsikap ka lang. Ito. Kasi hindi naman kami mayaman, pero si Mama lagi niya sinasabi na hindi man kami mayaman, ang mapapamana lang namin sa inyo ay yung education nyo. So they always made sure na we went to good schools. So, nag-effort talaga sila, Mama, na ipasa kami sa magagandang schools. During my primary years sa elementary, yun, naka-private school ako. Pero, from grade 3 until pero most of those are on scholarship. So, pag nasa top ka kasi, meron kayong scholarship. So, pag top 1 ka, 100% scholarship. Top 2, I think 75 or 50% scholarship. Yun. So, I think half of the years ko in primary years ko on scholarship. And then, nakaka-get by kami kasi si Mommy, yung lola namin, tinutulungan niya kami sa study. So, na-appreciate ko talaga yun. And maraming, like sila Mama nun, nangutang sila ng pera from friends, relatives, yun. And super thankful ako kasi dahil doon, nakarating ako dito. Yun. And so, nung high school, nag-high school ako sa Parañaque Science High School. It's a public school, pero science classes. So, 100% scholarship. Meron pa kaming allowance na 500 pesos every month. Yun. Medyo delayed lang yung bayad, pero nakakatanggap kami ng 500 pesos every month. So, at least bawas na sa isip ng parents ko yung tuition. Tapos yung books naman, bibili kami sa Recto ba yun? Yung may bilihan ng second-hand books sa Manila. I can't remember the place. Pero merong place doon where you can buy second-hand books. Tapos meron din naman na from higher years na mga kakilala, namimigay lang sila ng books or nagpapahiram sila ng books. So, yan. Malaking bawas, 30 pesos lang every day. Minsan wala pa kasi kung may baon ka naman, hindi mo kailangan. Parang kailangan mo lang is yung pamasahe mo pa uwi, which is 2 sakay ng jeep. Parang wala pang 20 pesos yun ang time na yun. So, and then, nag-school ako sa UP Manila. It's like a government school and subsidized din siya. So, ang binabayaran ko lang is roughly around mga 4,000 to 6,000 pesos per semester. So, 2 semesters in a year. So, parang mga wala pang 20. Definitely, siguro mga 12 to 15,000 pesos for the whole year. Yun. So, yun. I'm very thankful na, yun nga, priority talaga yung education. Kaya lagi sinasabi ni Mama noon, maging patient ka lang, mag-aral na mabuti para makarating ka sa malayo. Basically, para mas marami kang matulungan later on, para ma-achieve mo yung dreams mo. So, kailangan pagpatuloy mo lang yung pag-aaral mo. Kahit na hirap ka sa school, go lang, tiyaga lang. Niyak ako eh. Ayoko umiyak ng sobra. Kasi pag umiyak ako ng sobra, nagbabaring ilong ko, hindi ako makahinga. Hindi rin ako makakasalita. Pero yun, super thankful ako na sinaga ko talaga yung school kahit mahirap. Tapos nung nasa school pa ako, member pa ako ng mga iba't ibang organizations. May ProFarm, may AKAP, and then naging editor-in-chief pa ako dun sa student publication, which is the Manila Collegian. So, break muna. Basahin ko muna yung mga comments. So, sabi ni Mommy Follette, yes, family is your first support system. That is so true. And I'm very happy na very supportive talaga yung family ko. Kahit na nasa iba't ibang lugar na kami. Sabi ni Trisha, sabi mo pa, di ako nanonood Ginalaw ko kasi si Trisha, kasi sabi ko sa kanya, ba't parang ngayon walang pinansin yung background music nung intro music ko? Sabi niya, kasi ang tsaka daw. Tapos sabi ko, hindi ka nanonood, no? Kasi ilang beses ko niyan ginamit na background music, tapos ngayon mo lang kinoment. Si Mama umiyak na daw talaga. Sabi ni Follette, first live iyakan, Monique. Ay, nako. And then sabi ni Follette, but good to know your history. Success story ka dyan. And then sabi ni Sis Rosemary Lopez, hi, beautiful host. Hi, sis. How are you? Ikaw kaya yung mas pretty. I enjoy yung Instagram mo. Super nice. Sabi ni Mama, tulo sipon ko. May baon ka bang, may Kleenex ba dyan? Ay, hindi pala uso yung Kleenex sa Pinas. Actually, naka-experience na talaga ako ng Kleenex nung nag-work na ako. Alam mo yung tissue na nasa box? Kasi dati, toilet paper roll lang. Actually, swerte ka pa nga kung may toilet paper roll. Kasi hindi mo naman kailangan yun pag nasa Pinas ka kasi may tabo ka naman. Kaya nung nandito ako sa Pinas, pag may mga puti na nagpupunta dito sa washroom sa amin, sabi nila, ano tong bowl na to? Sabi na, oh, tabo yan. Sabi, para saan? Panghugas ng puwet. Wash your bum la. Hindi kasi sila naghuhugas ng puwet. Punas-punas lang. Parang hindi malinis, di ba? Yun. So, kaya at work, marami kasi kaming Pinoy doon. So, ayun, napabili yung boss namin ng Tushi. So, which is yung bidet. So, ngayon may bidet na kami. Sabi ni Trish, yes, recto. Sinabi ko na kay Mama na tama na pagpapayak sa'yo. Sanicare lang kami dito. Sanicare yung brand ng toilet paper. Tapos yung toilet paper na yun, kasi since yung pinakamura, kapag onting basa mo lang, natutunaw siya. Natutunaw yung toilet paper, nasa kamay mo pa lang. Trisha, sabi niya, wow, nagtatagalog yung puti. Tinagalog ko na lang kasi nakalimutan ko yung English. Sabi ni Follette, ew, tabo is life. That's so true. And alam ng mga boss ko and mga ka-work ko na puti na, yes, tabo is life for us Filipinos. Sabi ni Mama, yung house parang library. Haha, pag nawala ang isang book, alam mo may kulang. Minsan di ka kumain makabili ng books, tinatago mo pa sa likod mo. Oh, yeah. kinikwento ni Mama, before, I spent so much money sa books. Yeah, kahit hindi ako kumain, basta makabili lang ako ng books. Kasi mahilig ako magbasa. Minsan bibili ako 10 pesos, 5 pesos, yun, ang dami na. Tapos naging library. In the end, dinonate ko din siya kasi di ko naman siya madadala to Singapore and Canada. Ayun. So, moving on, balik tayo dun sa kinikwento ko kanina. So, yun nga, nag-work ako sa Pinas, sa Generica, meron akong online shop, tapos meron akong, nagpa-part-time din pala ako as review instructor. So, merong mga pharmacy review center sa Pinas, so nagtuturo ako during those free time. So, essentially, parang wala rin akong off. Yun. Wala rin akong day off kasi yung day off ko, pinapasok ko rin siya, pero sa ibang place naman. Yun, kayad-kayad lang talaga. Pero yun nga, it's not enough. So eventually, I decided na, why not I try to find an opportunity outside of the Philippines? I'm pretty sure marami naman sa mga Pinoy na gusto talaga na makapunta rin abroad kasi nga, mahirap kumita ng pera sa Pinas at mahirap makabuhay ng family sa Pinas. Siyempre, lahat naman tayo gusto natin na mapabuti yung family natin, makaangat tayo sa kahirapan, di ba? So, ayun, nag-try ako na maghanap ng work sa Singapore. Bakit Singapore? Kasi, well, yung jowa ko that time, nag-work din siya sa Singapore. So, I'm thinking na, okay, at least meron akong kakilala abroad. And then, nakapunta rin kasi ako sa Singapore during 2010. Present namin ni Ace and ni Julie yung thesis namin from university, College of Pharmacy. Present namin yung thesis namin sa Singapore. So, first time ko sa Singapore, I'm like, wow, this is so nice. Parang ang ganda-ganda dito, ang linis, ang organized. And then, nakita ko yung salary ng mga tao doon. I'm like, mukhang okay dito mag-work ah. So, yun yung parang naging target ko na stepping stone. Kasi, inisip ko noon, hindi ako makakapunta agad sa Canada, kagaya ng mga ate and kuya na alumni sa UP College of Pharmacy. Gawa ng, unang-una, wala akong pera pang agency. Pangalawa, mahal yung ticket. And pangatlo, wala akong perang pang show money. Kasi kailangan mo ng show money para makapunta ka ng Canada. Yung show money, kailangan mo ng 500,000 pesos. So, saan naman ako kukuha ng 500,000 pesos sa kinikita ko sa Pinas, di ba? So, kahit anong gawin mong pag-save sa Pinas, medyo mahirap talaga unless meron kang tutulong sa'yo. So, nag-apply lang ako and then, actually, nag-resign ako nun sa work ko nang wala pa akong work sa Singapore. Sabi ko lang, mag-resign ako after ako maka 2 years and then sabi ko, try lang ako maghanap ng work sa Singapore. So I stayed sa Singapore as a tourist but eventually I had to go back sa Pinas kasi wala naman akong nahanap agad na work during that time. Meron pa lang mga interviews pero, anong tawag dito? Oops. Hello? Mahirap ma-process yung work visa. Work permit, yun. Matagal ma-process yung work permit. So, may mga times pa na nare-reject. So, I think parang 2 companies yung nag-try mag-apply ng work permit ko pero na-reject. And finally, na-approve din yung work permit ko. So, that was like, I think 6 months mula nung nag-resign ako sa Generica bago ako nakahanap ng work at nakapunta ng Singapore on a work permit. Nakalimutan tawag dun sa permit to work there. S-Pass, yun. Bago ko nakuha yung S-Pass. So yung S-Pass, meron siyang, based siya dun sa contract. So meron contract with Jurong Health Services for like 3 years. So I worked there as a pharmacy technician sa hospital. So I started working there, I think, around September, October 2013. So, around that time, nag-isip na rin ako na mag-apply ng Canada. So actually, during my first year pa lang na nag-work sa Generica, in-encourage na ako ng tito and tita ko na nakatira sa US. Sabi nila, bakit hindi mo na lang itry na magpunta sa Canada? Kasi at least, pag nasa Canada, mas mapapaigi yung buhay nyo doon as a family. Mas makakatulong ka sa family mo. But then, medyo maraming struggles nga na magpunta sa Canada. Kasi, yun nga, kulang ako sa pera. So, I needed to find a way to earn more money. So, na-realize ko na, oh, maybe I can work sa Singapore muna, tapos ipon-ipon ako, and then meron akong pang Canada. So, yun talaga yung, Canada talaga yung goal ko noon pa. But yun nga, I worked sa Singapore for almost 3 years. Hindi ko natapos yung 3-year contract. Ay, natapos ko ba? No. No, actually, hindi ko natapos yung 3 years contract ko kasi during that time, na-approve na ko for a permanent resident visa sa Canada and I have to leave Singapore na. So that maging valid yung permanent resident visa ko. And yun, nag-enjoy ako sa Singapore. As in, I really enjoyed my stay there. So I lived there for about 3 years. Housemate ko si Follette. Yan. Oh, Follette. Pocket books ako ng high school. Yes, same. Mga favorite pocket books ko noon, Sweet Valley High, Babysitter's Club, pero nag-progress na ako kay Daniel Steele, Sidney Sheldon, James Patterson, so mga romance novels, tapos mga mystery thrillers, yun yung mga favorite books ko noon. Yun. Sabi ni Trish, favorite Singaporean food? Ang dami! Oh my gosh, when I went to Singapore couple of years ago, nung nagbakasyon ako doon for a few days, ang dami kong nasa to eat list. Okay, unang-una, kainan is chicken rice. Chicken rice la! Next, chili crab. Favorite yung chili crab, lalo na pag nasa Makan Sutra. Mahirap kasi kumain ng, or mahirap i-recreate yung chili crab. Hindi ako marunong magluto nun, and syempre, iba pa rin yung spices. Isa din sa mga favorite ko yung salted egg prawns. Yun, it's so good. Favorite ko din yung mga noodles, Hokkien mee, bihun, fish noodle soup, char kway teow. Actually, ang dami. Ang daming pagkain. Sa Singapore talaga ako tumaba kasi sobrang daming pagkain doon. And stressful yung job. So, wala talaga akong time mag-exercise. Oh, yun, tama. Laksa. Yung laksa, it's like parang coconut-based soup na medyo spicy and it's so good. Yes. Sabi ni Trish, bakute, laksa, chili crab. Yes, so true. Yung bakute, para siyang, mako-compare ko siya sa bulalo. Sobrang sarap. As in yung broth pa lang. Kwento ni Follette, remember Batam and Malacca? I miss you, Monique. Both of you ni Mariah. Aww, miss ko din kayo. Next time, visit ako dyan. Kita-kita ulit tayo. Yeah. I remember nagpunta kami sa Malacca. Tapos nag-buffet kami. And then, nung nagpipicture kami, si Mariah meron siyang ponytail na braid. Tapos nagpipicture kami, sumusaw sa kape yung braid niya. Hindi niya na-realize after. Tapos parang tapos ng picture, sabi na lang niya, ay, basa. Oh my gosh, so funny. Kahit pag nakikita ko yung picture niya, natatawa talaga ako ng bongga. Yun. I've had so many adventures din nung nasa Singapore ako. Kasi yung Singapore, it's like a travel hub, basically. Maraming countries na sobrang lapit doon, and traveling from Singapore to anywhere in the world is just so cheap. So, minsan, pag may nahanap ka na fair sale, punta ka ng Thailand or ng Indonesia. Yung Indonesia, pwede mo nga siyang maano ng ferry. So, day trip lang, nasa Indonesia ka na. You can even go 2 days or weekend. Nasa Indonesia ka or punta ka ng Malaysia or punta ka ng Thailand, Vietnam, whatever. So, ang dami kong napuntahan doon. Tapos, ang dami ko rin na-experience na iba't ibang dishes. So, talagang pagkain eh. Nag-dinner na ako, pero parang medyo nakakagutom. Yun. Sa Aston's. Oh, yes. Wait lang, merong parang Kenny Rogers version yung Singapore na merong chicken tapos may side dishes. Yun pa yung Astons. I forgot. Sabi ni Trish, ginawang shampoo yung kape. Yes! Ginawa niya. Andito ba si Mariah? Actually, hindi ko alam kung nandito siya. Check ko yung participants. Oh, probably not. Sayang, wala pala siya dito. Pinag-uusapan natin siya. Epic talaga yun kasi ang haba ng braid niya. Tapos fresh na fresh pa siya. Tapos biglang sumausaw yung braid niya sa kape. Sabi ni Francesca, natatakam naman ako sa topic. Oh, ang sarap talaga ng pagkain doon. Wala talaga akong masabi. As in, kung napanood niyo yung Crazy Rich Asians, na-featured dun yung ibang mga dishes sa Singapore. So, para sa mga hindi pa nakakapunta ng Singapore, feature dun yung iba. And sobrang sarap talaga. At mura pa. Ganito yun. Kunyari, noodle dishes na mabubusog ka na talaga. It's like $3, less than $5. Actually, mahal na yung $5 eh. So, para mga $3, $3.50, kasama na yung taxes doon, busog ka na. Dito, yung mga ganon, it's like $10, $12 plus tax. So, parang $15. So, times 3 yung presyo. So, medyo bihira mag-eat out. Dito, compared nung nasa Singapore. Kasi sa Singapore, kahit hindi ka na magluto, kasi sobrang mura lang ng pagkain din sa mga hawker. So, yung hawker, para siyang food court na open area. Tapos, yung place na yun, pupunta lang talaga kayo doon to eat. And then, each stalls, meron silang mga auntie and uncle na nakaspecialize talaga sila sa mga food na yun. Yan. And then, sabi ni Follett, yes, we went to Maldives because of Singapore. Yes, and kami naman, ni Mariah, kaya kami nagpunta ng Maldives because na-inspire kami ni Follett na magpunta doon. Kasi they went there on a budget. I mean, nag-share sila ng mga tips nila. And then kami, we were able to go to Maldives. Actually, yung nagastos lang namin doon is like less than $1,500 in Singapore. Kasama na yung airfare, yung accommodation, yung trip, lahat. Less than $1,500. Sabi ni Trish, tatampo na yan. Hi! Kasi naman si Mariah, akala ko manonood siya, but I don't see her here. Or baka isa siya dun sa mga, kasi baka isa siya dun sa mga walang pangalan. Sabi ni Mommy Follett, pauwi na tayo nun from Malacca ata. Yes, I think that was like the day that we were supposed to leave Malacca. So, kain muna kami sa buffet breakfast. Tapos yun. So yung buhok sa kape. Yun. Mommy Follett. Ang mahal tapos di pa authentic. Wait, ano yung mahal? Oh yeah, yung mga pagkain dito, mahal. Tapos iba talagang lasa compared dun sa Singapore. Lalo na yung mga Indian dishes kasi I love Indian dishes like yung mga curry dishes, butter chicken, so good. Tikka masala, and oh my gosh, nakalimutan ko yung isa pang name. I can't remember it right now, pero masarap din yun. Labo. Gets niyo ba? Indian dish na masarap. Oh, chicken biryani and mutton biryani. Yun. Nakakataba pero ang sarap. Yun! Nagets ni Trisha. Sabi ni Trish, who's your favorite sister and bakit ako? Syempre, ikaw na. You're my favorite sister in the Philippines. Yes. Biryani, chicken biryani and roti prata. Should try it. So, yun. Sa Singapore, and then napadpad nga ako ng mga iba't ibang bansa doon. Actually, unti lang naman. Kasi nga, busy. Parang iniisip ko noon, instead na mag-travel ng sobrang dami, I mean, it would have been the best opportunity. Kaya lang, nag-iipon din ako ng pang-Canada. So, sabi ni Trish, I'm your only sister in the Philippines. Bakala ka. Mismo. You're my favorite sister talaga. Love you. Sabi ni Mommy Follett, Trisha, are you getting better? Trish, pakisagot. Yun. So anyway, nasa Singapore nga ako, nag-work ako dun for about 3 years. Tapos, nakarating na ako sa Canada. I left work, I think around end of May sa Singapore in 2016. Or was it end of May? I think end of May. Tapos, Yeah, end of May. Kasi naalala ko, nag-birthday si Papa sa Pinas and I was there. Kasi inisip ko na, okay, kailangan ko magpunta ng Canada in July or else ma-forfeit yung permanent residency ko. So, I allotted myself like at least 5 weeks from my flight. Yun yung time na nasa Pinas ko. Bakit? 5 weeks. First, I wanted to get my driver's license sa Philippines. So, nag-aral ako and yung first day na pagkadating ko ng Pinas talaga, nag-apply na ako for a student permit. And then, during that time, nag-aral ako mag-drive. So, after a month, nakuha ko yung driver's license ko and meron akong 1 week to practice driving there sa Pinas license. Naisip ko kasi, mas madali na magpunta ng Canada na meron ka ng driver's license. Kasi dito, I realized hindi common yung public transportation. Not like sa Singapore or Pinas, you don't really have to drive. Kasi marami namang public transportation. May bus, may cabs, pins. Sa Pinas, may pedicab, may tricycle, may jeep, taxi, bisikleta ka kung gusto mo. But here in Canada, main mode of transportation pa rin is by car. So may mga buses but it's not so common. And minsan, onti lang yung mga routes and matagal yung intervals between each buses na darating. So, ayun, I came here July 2016. So, naka 4 years na ako dito sa Canada. Yay! Happy 4 years to me! Ano masasabi ko? Enjoy. I've been enjoying my life here kasi sobrang mas nakaangat talaga compared nung nasa Pinas pa. Kita naman, medyo mataba na ako compared nung nasa Pinas ako. Sabi ni Trish, sabi ni Mami Folad, baka tulog pa si Mariah. Baka tulog pa siya. Mariah, are you there? If you are, say hi. Message mo naman ako. Kulitin ko siya later. Hindi siya nanood ng live ko. Tampo ko. Sabi ni Mami Follett, may car ka na dyan. Yes, I do. I got my own car in 2017. I think. Yeah. 1 year. After ko mag 1 year dito, na-realize ko kailangan ko ng car. Kasi lumipat kami sa bagong place and sobrang lamig. Na-stuck ako one time sa bus stop, 40 minutes. Nanigas talaga ako dun. So, sabi ko, kailangan ko magkaroon ng car. And then, sabi ni Trish, yay, congrats Ate Mo, love you. Love you. Francesca, happy 4 years us. Yes! Sabi kami ni Francesca dumating dito. And she's like, one of my best friends here. Isa talaga siya sa mga nakaklik ko agad. Kasi, naging magka-work kami din sa first work ko dito. So, yung first work ko dito, sa car dealership. So, web developer sa car dealership. And then kami nag-meet ni Francesca. Una ko napansin sa kanya, pareho kami ng watch. Yung Casio watch na gold, yon same. So, talagang twinning kami ng time na yon. And magka-vibes talaga kami. I love her. She's so nice. And then sabi ni Trish, you deserve it. Napasarap sa IKEA meatballs. Actually nga, you know what? I've never even had IKEA food here. Pero sa Singapore, enjoy ko yun, di ba? Pero dito, I've never tried it. Camille, oh my gosh, are you coming here? Wait, you're coming here sa Winnipeg din? Nice. Yay, message me when you're here. Let's meet up. Sabi ni Mommy Follett, happy 4 years. Yes. Sabi ni Trish, yung Toyota mo, gawin nating Honda. Ask me how. Trish, how? Oh, when are you coming here, Camille? Oh my gosh, so exciting. Yes, new friend. That's so nice, so exciting. Oh, dati tambayan talaga yung IKEA Singapore kasi malapit lang yun dun sa dati kong work. So, minsan magla-lunch ka doon and super mura lang. Ayun. So, anyway, dami kong kwento, diba? Pero yun yung history ko, kaya nakapunta ako dito. So, first year ko pa lang na nag-work sa Generica, yun nga, na-encourage na ako ng mga auntie and uncle ko to apply here. Tapos sabi nila, meron naman kayong relative sa Canada na pwedeng tumulong na mag-sponsor sa'yo. So, I said, oh, okay. Iniisip, noon pa lang, nag-start na ako mag-research on how to get here. So, actually, hindi ako nag-agency. Marami kasi nagtatanong sa akin or nagme-message sa akin kung nag-agency ba ako para makuha ko yung permanent resident visa ko dito. And I said, no, hindi ako nag-agency. Kahit anong agency, wala talaga. Kahit na naghahanap ako ng work sa Singapore, hindi ako nag-agency. Pero pinagamit ako ng agency to get my S-Pass doon kasi required siya. They only deal with agency. So kahit wala akong agency and hindi naman talaga sila yung naghanap ng work for me, nagbayad ako sa kanila para lang i-process yung papers ko. Just ang mahal and pointless naman. Ayun, so hindi nga talaga ako nag-agency to get my permanent resident visa here. So I believe in you guys, kung ngayon nagtatry kayo mag-apply to Canada, kayang-kaya niyan kahit wala kang agency kasi lahat ng information available siya from the internet. Lahat, sinearch ko lang talaga yung Canada immigration website. So lagi lang kayo magpupunta sa mga legit websites, okay? So like yung Canada immigration website, yun, isa yun sa mga main references ko. Pati yung Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program website kasi yun yung ginamit ko na stream. Actually, halos lahat ata ng pages dun sa website na yun, nabasa ko na. And, yun. Kasi sabi ko, wala akong pera pang agency, ang mahal kaya. Kasi imbis na ibayad mo ng agency, edi yun na lang yung gamitin mo pang show money. 'Di ba? Yun. So, naisip ko no na since may relatives kami dito, kahit distant relative, counted pa rin siya as points. So, kung meron kayong distant relative or friend na willing mag-support sa inyo dito, maybe you can ask them for help or, just get in touch with them. Yun nga lang, medyo complicated siya in a way kasi kung kunwari, they are going to support you, hindi sila pwedeng mag-support ng someone else. Like for example, ngayon, some of my friends are messaging me kung pwede ko daw ba silang sponsor. Unfortunately, I can't do that right now kasi I'm planning to hopefully get my family here in a couple of years at least. And kung in process pa yung application nila, I won't be able to sponsor my family. So, sorry guys, pero hopefully, makahanap kayo ng other ways and hopefully, yun nga, someday I will be able to help friends then. Sabi ni Francesca, inaasikaso na ni Camille papers niya. Yes, oh my gosh, hopefully next year. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Nakaka-excite talaga. Yes, that's a big surprise. Sabi ni Mami Follette, malapit sa bahay. Yes, nakatira kami before malapit sa IKEA. Like, super close. Parang 15 minutes by bus. Mami Follette, next live topic, love life. How did you meet JR? Nako, magandang topic yan. JR yung pangalan niya sa Pinas, pero dito tawag ko sa kanya Demetrio. So, pag nung nasa Pinas ako and na-meet ko yung family niya, parating ang hirap, medyo mahirap mag-switch na, si JR. Kasi here, I never call him JR, I call him Demetrio. Yun kasi yung tunay niyang pangalan. Nickname niya yung JR. Sabi ni Francesca, paano kahit hindi related? Di ba pwede din siya mag-sponsor? So yung friend, yes, kahit hindi related, pwedeng mag-sponsor ng application. Basta may friend relationship. Basta may proof na friends kayo, ganon, like you keep in touch. And yung distant relative, kasi may points din siya kahit na hindi kayo super close relative. Close relative means like yung immediate family mo, like nanay, tatay, kapatid, asawa, anak, ganon. And sabi ni Ninjas, Sugar Rush, Tamsak Dan host, pretty naman host. Thank you! And then sabi ni Trish, nag-upgrade yung nickname. Ano? Nakalimutan ko na yung pinag-uusapan kanina. Francesca, ay present ako sa pag-bloom ng love life nila. Oh, yes! Oh my gosh! Sobrang, yung nickname ni Demetrio, oh my God. Yes, nag-iba yung nickname niya. Dito, ang nickname niya, D. Ayan. So, si Francesca talaga ang saksi sa love life namin. Andyan siya mula nang umpisang-umpisa pa lang. Sabi ni Mommy Follette, magkakilala na kayo sa Pinas pa lang ni Demetrio? No, actually, dito lang kami nag-meet. Nag-meet kami through online. Kwento ko next time. Sige. Sabi ni Trish, JR to Demetrio. O nga eh. Pero I think mas social yung name na Demetrio. 'Di ba? Parang Russian sounding. Pag sinasabi, oh, my boyfriend's name is Demetrio. Oh, he's Russian? No, no, no. He's not. He's Filipino like me. Short too. Yun. So anyway, napunta nga ako dito. Maraming ways on how to get here sa Canada. Depende. You have to search dun sa Canada website. Meron dun mga ways on how to immigrate to Canada. You can do it through work visa, you can do it through student visa, you can do it through permanent residency visa. So, ang ginawa ko, ang target ko talaga is yung permanent residency visa. Kasi, unang-una, yun yung pinaka-cheap na way. Bakit? Pag student visa, temporary lang kasi yun. Tsaka yung work visa, dependent naman yun sa kung may work ka na mahanap dito. Eh, yung work ko as a pharmacist, hindi pa naman ako licensed nandito. Yung magiging work ko if ever is as a pharmacy assistant. And realistic naman yung expectations ko na I won't be able to get a work, what do you call this? Parang job offer as a pharmacy assistant. Kasi pag pharmacy assistant, kumbaga, yun yung beginner level. You don't really need like someone from abroad para mag-work as a pharmacy assistant. Na-hire mo pa from abroad kasi marami naman pwedeng mag-work dito. Yun. So, realistic ako na, mahihirapan ako sa work visa. Tapos, student visa, kailangan meron kang pera pang paaral dito. Mahal ang school dito. Minsan nga, magkano ba ang mga school here usually? Siguro mga $10,000, $20,000 a year. So, parang naisip ko, iyon na yung, malaki pa yun dun sa show money mo kung permanent resident visa ka. So, kaya permanent resident visa yung naisip ko na way. So, naisip ko din na isa sa madadaling way is yung provincial nominee program. So, bawat provinces dito sa Canada, meron silang mga nominee programs. Not all, pero most of them. So, you can just research, let's say, type nyo lang yung mga province name and then provincial nominee program. Then you can see there yung mga requirements nila. So, madali talaga, mas madali if you can find like a job offer or if you have like a relative here. Kasi mas mataas yung points nyo na makukuha. So, another way pala, yung first step to be able to apply here to immigrate is yung mag-take kayo ng IELTS. Okay? So, one of the requirements yun. Noon, nung unang-unang panahon, hindi naman required yung IELTS. Pero nung time na nag-a-apply na ako for permanent residency, kailangan na ng IELTS. So, ano ba yung IELTS? Yung IELTS is International English Language Testing System. So, ano ba yun? Meron siyang dalawang klase ng modules. Merong general, training, and then meron ding academic module. So, ang required lang naman when you're trying to immigrate is to have the general training module. Yun lang. Yun lang. Tapos for Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program, nire-require lang nila is a score of at least 5. Okay. 5. Sabi ni Mama, akala ko foreigner si Demetrio kasi ang ganda ng pag-pronounce mo. Hindi ko kasi ma-pronounce yung pangalan niya ng Filipino way. Demetrio talaga kasi yun yung nasanay ako na tawag sa kanya. Sabi ni D, 30K per year if international students. Oh, ayun. Mas mahal pa pala pag international students. Okay. Mami Follette, thanks. Sige. Thanks for watching. See you again. Ayun. So, kwento ko lang yung sa IELTS. Nag-take ako ng IELTS before going to Singapore. So, inisip ko na kasi nun, mas mura mag-take ng IELTS sa Pinas kaysa sa nasa Singapore ako. At saka, plano ko kasi mag-submit ng application ko sa Singapore. Na-realize ko kasi noon na mas mabilis yung processing if you're coming from Singapore kaysa coming from Manila yung application mo. So, yun yung one of the things na kinonsider ko. So, I said na, okay, pagdating ko ng Singapore, saka ko na lang isasubmit yung application ko. Para yung application ko, it's like coming from Singapore, not coming from Manila. Okay? So, isa yun sa mga ways na medyo napaspeed up yung process ng pag-apply ko. Tinanong ni Francesca, nag-review ka ba for IELTS? Yes, actually, nag-prepare ako for IELTS. 2012, naghanap na ako ng mga, alam niyo sa Pinas, meron mga Metro Deal, mga Insogo, ganon, yung mga discounted lessons or classes for IELTS. So actually, bumili ako nun, I think it's 999 for the 9er IELTS review. It allowed me to go through a few classes. Tapos para lang magkaroon ko ng overview ba on how to magkaroon ko ng overview ba on how to tawag dito? Kasi na-realize ko nun, wala akong masyadong time to actually read the whole thing for IELTS kasi nagmamadali ako. I was actually planning to like a new life in Singapore, and at the same time, I'm planning move din sa eventually. So, meron all at the same time. So, na-realize ko na, okay, maybe I'll go through a few classes at least para magkaroon ako ng quick overview kung paano ba talagang IELTS. You can see it online. And like right now, marami na ring resources where you can actually and right now, marami na ring resources where you can actually get some tips online. For example, I'll type here yung one of the resources na ginamit ko nung nag-aaral. Okay. Okay, so this one, yung share ko lang yung link. Not sure kung pwede mag-share ng link. Oh, pwede. Okay. So yung IELTSlist.com, yun yung ginamit ko na resource nung nag-prepare na ako for the academic module ng IELTS. So yung academic module ng IELTS, ginamit ko lang siya because pag mag-apply ka as pharmacist here in Canada, kailangan nila ng proof of IELTS results ng academic version. So yung general training, madali lang siya compared sa academic version. Okay, so bigyan ko kayo ng overview of how IELTS is. Nung nag-IELTS ako sa Pinas, ang ginamit ko is, meron kasing dalawang agency or authorized agents na nagkakonduct ng IELTS test sa Philippines. Merong IDP and British Council. So I believe almost same cost lang naman sila. But the thing is, yung IDP, mas malapit siya from where I live, yung testing center nila. And I heard na kapag IDP, they give you like headphones during the listening test. So, pag may headphones ka kasi, parang may noise cancelling yun, di ba? Hindi mo mapapansin masyado yung mga katabi mo and makaka-focus ka talaga dun sa pinapakinggan mo for the listening test. I think that's very, very helpful. Kasi bawas distractions. Kasi, alam mo minsan, may kakain or di kaya maririnig mo yung mga iba na nagbubura or nagsusulat or something, nakaka-distract siya. Or yung pagkilos lang ng iba. Pero pag naka-headphones ka, parang feel na feel mo, naka-focus ka lang talaga dun sa pinapakinggan mo and yung answers mo. Kasi yung listening test, it's very important that you listen properly kasi they're only gonna play it once. Hindi nila uulitin yun, so you have to listen carefully. Ayun. So back then, nung 2013, nung nag-IELTS ako, it was like 8,900 pesos. So that's around 245 Canadian dollars. And yun. Nagbasa-basa din ako ng mga reviews online kung IDP versus British Council, ano bang mas okay. So eventually, I ended up with IDP. Yun. Kayo ba? Ano ba yung ginamit nyo? Sa mga nakapag-IELTS na dito, anong nag-IDP ba kayo or nag-British Council ba kayo? Yun. So yung IELTS, generally, it's divided into 4 parts. Kailangan nyo ng listening. Oh, sorry. Yung 4 parts na yun, listening, reading, and writing, and speaking. Okay? So, yung speaking, usually it's conducted on a different day. Separate siya dun sa day where you do the listening, reading, and writing. Oh, provided ba yung headphones? Yes, sa IDP, provided yung headphones. Kasama na yon. Like, meron talaga silang iti-distribute na headphones sa inyo that you can use during the exam. So, at least, maririnig mo loud and clear. Hindi siya yung galing sa loudspeaker lang ba? Kasi, naririnig mo talaga yung nagsasalita. So, mas na-focus at mas maririnig mo. Kasi minsan, pag malayo yung speaker, kung malayo sa yung speaker, di ba, parang medyo mahina yung maririnig mo. Pero kung meron ka na talagang headphones, edi okay. Yun. So yung listening test, during this test, you listen to a 30-minute audio recording and you have to answer 40 questions. Yung both academic and general training applicants, you just listen to the same recording. They don't rewind the recording. So you really need to have good listening skills and the ability to focus only on what you hear. Yun. Pinaka-important talaga yan, focus. What I used to prepare para dun sa listening, if you have yung mga resources online, meron sila daw mga practice clips. So, practice nyo i-play yon and then meron din kayo mga practice questions dun sa tabi. So, pakinggan nyo lang yon and then try answering the questions as fast as you can. So, you have to focus usually on the numbers, names, yung mga ganon. And you have to write the answers as quickly. I think wrong spelling wrong. So, make sure na tama yung spelling nyo and tama yung sinusulat nyo na answer. Nakalagay naman dun sa instructions like kung allowed ba yung numbers or dapat yung numbers is in word form or something. Nakalagay naman dun sa instructions during the exam yun. Yun nga. So, 30 minutes yun and you have to answer 40 questions. So, you just have to be very focused. Next naman, yung sa reading. Sa reading part, you have to read 3 passages and answer 40 questions and it lasts for an hour. So, yung test na reading, it's different from general training and academic. I would say na yung reading, it's easier talaga kapag dun sa general training. Kasi pag sa academic, medyo yung mga words din na ginagamit nila, it's like more deep, more complicated. So, these tests, yung reading comprehension nyo. Yung technique ko dito sa reading is, babasahin ko muna yung questions, tapos mag-glance ako throughout the whole material, reading material. Tapos, saka ko siya babasahin ulit. Keeping in mind yung mga questions na nabasa ko na. So, parang mas madaling hanapin yung answers, di ba? Kasi at least meron akong idea dun sa hinahanap ko. And then habang binabasa ko siya, question to. So, I'm gonna answer it right now. Yun. So, I just quickly skim through the passages kasi mabilis lang yung time and mahaba yung babasahin mo. So, you have to read very quickly. Hindi mo kailangan basahin ng word per word lahat. Sometimes you can just skim through it and then, but make sure lang na naintindihan niyo yung concept. And kung hindi kayo sure, at least meron pa kayong time at the end na balikan yung question na na-miss nyo. Yan. So, yun nga, yung academic version, may maraming technical terms and more complex yung vocabulary. Tapos, for the writing naman, eto naman, meron siyang 2 tasks and it lasts for a total of 1 hour. Actually, ang binabasa ko dito, pinost ko kasi to before sa blog ko. So, yung blog ko is jeanmonique.com, sa blog ko. So, yung blog ko is jeanmonique.com, jeanmonique.com. So, nag-post din ako doon ng mga tips about this. Tsaka, yung pinost ko yung journey ko to Canada. So, kasi yun, ni-research ko talaga to ng time that I was writing it. So, now I'm just like saying it live kasi at least na-research ko na siya before. So, anyway, yung writing na to, it has 2 tasks and it lasts for a total of an hour. So, task 1 for general training is writing a letter. And then, yung task 1 for academic is a short report of a graph, chart, table, bars, maps, etc. So, mahirap to mag-interpret ng graph if it's like academic training. But for task 1, it's just, for general training, it's just writing a letter. So, madali lang gumawa ng letter kasi meron naman siyang format. And then yung task 2 for both general and academic naman, it's a formal essay. So, task 1 is like 33% of your writing mark and task 2 is 66% of your writing mark. So, syempre, since mas malaki yung percentage ng task 2, then you have to focus more on task 2. Okay. Sinong nakapag-IELTS na ba sa mga nanonood dito? Maybe you can share your experiences din sa live chat. Yan. So, meron din silang mga required number of words. Like, for example, task 1, kailangan may 150 words. Task 2, required 250 words. So, basically, if you have an hour, you can't spend more than 20 minutes for task 1 and no more than 40 minutes for task 2. So, pagka bigay agad ng topic, nag-isip na ako agad ng outline in my mind and then translate it into writing. Meron naman kasi kayong answer sheet during IELTS, tapos may mga lines na doon. So, meron na akong parang inisip na, okay, ito yung topic na to, ito yung beginning, introduction, conclusion. Yun. Kung medyo nahihirapan kayo sa writing, medyo mahirap talaga actually writing. One of the ways to improve yung writing score nyo is to actually read more. Kasi if you're reading more, let's say you're reading yung mga news, mga essays, or like mga opinion columns, blogs, you can read books, at least nagkakaroon kayo ng idea, and then meron kayong mga writing points ba? Okay? Kasi medyo mahirap magsulat sa topic na hindi ka talaga familiar. But the sad thing is, hindi ka naman talaga makakapili ng topic doon. Hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin na, hindi ko alam tong topic na to, so ayokong sagutin to. Like, you can't really choose that. So, that's why you have to read more para medyo mas marami kang alam na ilagay doon. And anyway, kung hindi mo naman siya fully alam, you can just write something na related doon. Okay? So, para makapag-prepare kayo for the writing task, yun nga, gamitin niyo yung reference na let's say yung IELTSlist.com, or let's say kung meron kayong mga IELTS Cambridge books, if you want copies of those reference materials, you can just message me on Facebook kasi meron akong compilation ng mga IELTS Cambridge books. I think iba't ibang editions yun. So, meron na yung mga practice tests for all those parts of the exam. Like, listening, reading, writing. Tapos, meron ding mga trial for speaking. Yun. So, Mami Follette, how do you construct essay? Ang bobo ko sa essay. Actually, yung essay part, medyo mahirap talaga siya. But the thing is, kailangan i-try mo muna i-formulate yung outline mo. You always need to have like a beginning or like an introduction. Tapos meron kang body. And so generally, you try to answer yung question during the introduction pa lang. Tapos, yung sa body mo, let's say you have 3 main points as to why or as to explain kung ano ba yung topic. And then yung conclusion mo, parang medyo summary lang talaga siya. So, let's say, yung references nga na binigay ko, meron doong mga sample writing topics. Tapos, you can practice on your own. And then, meron akong mga friends actually na nagsisend sa akin ng mga written works nila, kung ano bang masasuggest ko na improvements, ganun. So, I don't mind if you message me those. And yung iba naman, nagpa-practice ng like speaking, ganun. Kasi yung listening and reading, you can actually do it on your own. Like, you can practice on your own. Pero yung writing and speaking, you need someone else to give you feedback. So, you can ask your friends or someone else to actually help you with it. Or, magbasa lang kayo ng maraming sample exams or, sample tests or sample questions. Tapos, magkakaroon din kayo ng idea on how to do it kapag time nyo na magsulat for the exam. Okay. Tapos, yung next part naman, speaking. So, this one is an informal, like an interview. Meron talaga kayong assessor. Can't remember kung assessor ba yung tawag sa kanila. Anyway, there's like someone from IELTS who is actually evaluating your speaking skills. Okay? So usually it lasts between 11 to 14 minutes and it has 3 parts. It's really the same kind for both general training and academic modules. So I found na by the time na I tried taking the academic module, kasi I've been speaking English na when I was in Singapore and in Canada, nag-improve talaga yung speaking skills ko, like yung speaking score ko. Kasi I've been practicing like speaking in English. So, sa speaking naman, it doesn't matter what kind of accent you have. Hindi important or hindi kailangan na magkaroon kayo ng, let's say, American accent or ng Canadian accent or ng Australian accent or UK accent or English accent. You don't need that. Kailangan lang, you know what to say, you're clear, medyo bawasan yung ganun. Although, hindi naman may iwasan yan madalas kasi in the Philippines, medyo sanay tayo sa But during that interview, it's like 11 to 14 minutes, try nyo na wag magsabi ng Instead of magsabi kayo ng isip na lang kayo ng something else as fillers for your sentences.
Like,
and then I just said that's so funny. Anyway, hindi naman to interview, 'di ba? So, ayun, kwento ko lang. That's so funny. Sabi ko palang bawasan yung and then that's the next thing that I said. That's hilarious. Yun. So, hindi nyo kailangan ng accent. Kasi maintindihan naman talaga kayo. Just be natural. Yung first, oh my God, ngayon pinapansin ko ni mga ko. Okay, so, tanong ni Follett, ang IELTS ba specific sa country or centralized exam for all? I believe it's the same exam for all, pero marami silang iba't ibang types. Basically, para hindi ba paulit-ulit yung question mo. Let's say, i-take mo yung IELTS ng sunod-sunod because you wanted to improve your score. Hindi mo maalala kung ano yung mga natanong. Bale, meron silang mga pool of questions. But yung pool of questions na yon, it's all over the world. It's the same thing. Kasi generalized naman siya. It's not like country-specific. Okay? Like for example, questions dun sa speaking. Describe the place that you grew up in. Diba? General lang siya. Kasi yung first part nyo, describe the place that you grew up in. Diba? General lang siya. Kasi yung first part nyo, the beginning of the test, the examiner questions about yourself and your life for about 4 to 5 minutes. So basically like, can you tell me about your name? Where do you live? Can you tell me about the place that you live, the country where... So parang nung speaking test, I live in Winnipeg, Canada, but I'm taking the exam here in the Philippines. And the examiner will ask you about the topic that you will answer in 1 to 2 minutes straight with a rounding off question for a minute. So, this one, yung sa second part ng speaking test, after ng introduction about yourself, papa-draw lots niya kayo. So, parang merong mga cards in front of you. And then, pipili ka lang, bunot ka. Okay, topic ko na is very memorable. I think yun yung speaking topic ko for my academic exam. Hi, Icy. How do you pronounce your name? Asia? Aisha? Hi. Thank you. Thank you for coming here and watching this live. Is it on now? Han, can you check? Is it on? Okay. Yun. So going back, yun nga, let's say yung topic is what song is very memorable to you or resonates with you. Actually, yung sinagot ko doon is yung Greatest Love of All. Naisip ko lang, kasi yun yung song na si Mama, yun yung favorite song niya. Alam niyo yung song ni Whitney Houston na Greatest Love of All. Nakalimutan ko pa nga yung lyrics ng time na yun. Tapos, nung naalala ko, munti ko pang kantahin sa kanya. So, kwento ko doon na si Mama, yun yung favorite song niya. And whenever I remember that song, it reminds me of how much she loves us and cares for us. Tapos, basically, nag-expound lang ako doon. Medyo shaky pa nga yung voice ko nung time na yun kasi parang nung nasa harap ako ng examiner na re-reminisce ko yung mga times na pinapakita ni Mama yung love niya for us. Let's see how she really cares for us kahit na wala na siya for herself. Basta lang meron siyang mabigay for us. Yun. Kunwari, minsan di na siya kakain ng kami na lang kakain kasi busog na siya. Pero di naman siya busog. Gutom talaga siya, kaya lang, yun nga, wala kaming food. Yun. Oh, Aisha. Okay, nice. So I got it. Yes. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Yun. Actually, narrate ko pa yung lyrics dun sa examiner. So parang nirelate ko lang siya na about mother's love and then about yung children being the future of the world na if we can, basta, I can fully explain it now. Pero pinakita ko doon na yung mother's love is like everlasting. And then yung love na yan, it stays with us. Tapos, because if you shower someone with so much love, nafe-feel mo na, oh, you can do so many great things kasi you have your family support with you. So, actually, yun yung isa sa mga things na na-appreciate ko talaga sa family ko. Kahit na walang-wala kami, sobrang down namin, pero they have been super encouraging and super supportive. sa lahat ng ginagawa ko. Kaya, tignan nyo na, nanonood din sila ng live ko. Kasi todo support talaga sila for me. So, kahit anong endeavor na ginagawa ko, anything that I really do, I know that I will always have, I know na they always have, ano ba? Kalimutan ko na yung sinasabi ko. Ayun, basta sinusuportahan nila ako all throughout. Yun. So, in-explain ko yun doon. And then you are actually given like 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, you are actually given like 1 to 2 minutes na tuloy-tuloy na ikaw lang yung magsasalita. Okay? Yun. We got your back, yes. They have my back. Basically. Kahit anong gawin ko, is supportahan talaga nila ako. So anyway, yun yung yung part 1 ng speaking is yung introduction. Then second is 1 to 2 minutes na ikaw lang yung magsasalita based on the given topic. And then yung third part or last part is a discussion based on your previous talk. So this one, tatanungin ka naman ng examiner mo ng questions related dun sa sinagot mo. Doon sa nabunot mong tanong. Gets niyo ba? Okay, for example, pwede kang tanungin na, bakit yan yung naisip mo na favorite song or can you expound more on that? Tapos pwede ka rin na lang i-ask ng something na, so how can you relate that to current situations or whatever? So, actually, yung speaking part, kasi separate day siya parate from the listening, reading, writing parts. So, yung speaking part, doon ako talaga kinakabahan. Kasi hindi talaga ako sanay magsalita in front of an audience. Parang every time na I have to speak to someone, kinakabahan talaga ako. So it takes a lot of practice. So like even now, sometimes when I have to speak to doctors, medyo kinakabahan ako kasi parang na-intimidate ako or na-overwhelm ako and sometimes I don't know what to say. But of course, in this world, you have to learn how to speak up. You have to express yourselves. And yun. It's minsan maririnig yung nervousness in your voice, that's fine, but just try to breathe, relax, and be yourself. So sometimes you put too much stress on yourself because you're anticipating a lot of bad things happening. But actually, when you're just there, just do it and you're good. Yun yung na-realize ko. Everything that I've been doing, sometimes I just get so nervous and stressed to a point na ang sama na talaga ng pakiramdam ko before I have to do a certain big thing. Every exam that I've ever been through, sobrang stressed ko. Pero pagdating ko sa exam na yun, I'm like, okay, kaya ko naman pala siya. I mean, kasi I tried and prepared for it, so kaya ko naman pala siya. And then just go. And after that, it's like a big sigh of relief that it's done. Okay. Question ni Camille, ilan sila when you did the speaking test? So, isa lang. During the general and academic, isa lang yung examiner. I heard na in some cases there might actually be more than one examiners, but so far it's just only been like one for both kinds. Okay? So, yun nga. So, if you're choosing between if you need to do general or academic module, if you're applying via express entry, you need to take the general training option, okay? They do not accept the academic option for express entry. So if that is your way to immigrate here to Canada, go for the general training, okay? However, you would need to take the academic option later. If, let's say, you're planning to get a license here, let's say you're planning to upgrade your work, if you want to apply for a license to be a nurse, doctor, or pharmacist, or anything, okay? Any professional field, then you might need to do the academic later on. But for now, if yung focus nyo is just to get to Canada, to immigrate to Canada via express entry, then it's just the general training, okay? So again, if you're wondering about resources on how to improve your IELTS scores, meron ako, just message me on Facebook and I can give you a lot of references that you can practice on. So marami doon like listening resources. So meron dong mga audio clips with questions and then you can try practicing. Tapos meron din siyang mga answer keys. And then like dun sa reading part, meron din dong mga series of questions, like mga reading blocks. So para at least meron kayong idea on how the questions are gonna be like. And then meron kayo doon na mga questions then. So you can time your when you're practicing, oh, you're just gonna allot 1 hour and then you have to read all of this. So at least when you try and practice and practice and practice, then you get better. So sa writing naman, just try to practice as well. You can read yung mga guides or mga samples online. You can just type in or Google like IELTS writing scenarios or IELTS writing examples. Then you can actually find some guides on how to answer those. So speaking naman, it really takes practice. You can try talking to, I don't really suggest, okay, you can try talking to yourself in front of a mirror, para at least nakikita nyo how you actually interact with other people. Pero I would suggest if you can, find someone to practice with. So as an actual person, kasi iba yung feeling na may kausap ka talaga na ibang tao, and iba din naman yung feeling na yung reflection mo lang yung kausap mo. Like right now, kausap ko ngayon like yung reflection lang. But I can see that some people are watching, and then yung nababasa ko yung mga live chat nyo. So I know that there's like people that I can interact with. Okay? So, yun lang yung tips ko sa inyo for the general training. So, gonna share yung results ko. I am actually very happy with my IELTS results. Yung scores ko, okay, for listening, I got 9. For reading, I got a score of 8.5. So actually, yung highest mark is 9. Okay. So for writing, I got an 8.0. And speaking ko nun during the general test is 7.0. So during that time, nasa Pinas pa ako nag-work and hindi ako masyadong nagsasalita ng English. Kasi even sa work, Tagalog naman, mostly. Sometimes English, but it really helps if you practice speaking in English para na-expand din yung vocabulary nyo. So you can read more books in English or read more articles online in English or watch TV shows or movies in English to actually help improve yung speaking skills nyo. And dun nyo din mapipick up yung iba't ibang mga words, vocabulary, dun nyo siya may improve. Yun. So overall, I got a score of 8.0 out of 9. Na perfect score. So I was very happy kasi ang kailangan ko lang naman talaga for the Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program para ma-accept na ni application ko is a score of 5. But I got an 8. So, yay! Yan. Next naman is like for the academic module. It's similar to the general training except for the parts na reading and writing, which is more complicated. So for this one, hindi ako nag-enroll in anything. I just tried looking for exam samples online, like mga sample questions online, like yung kay IELTS list. And then I just found some IELTS academic training books online na free din naman sila to download. So yun lang yung mga trinay ko. So during the academic test, ang naging score ko sa listening is 9. Same lang nun sa general. For reading, I got a score of 8.5, which is also the same nung sa general. For writing, I got a 7.5, which is bumaba from the general. Because in the general, I got a score of 8. Pero for academic is just 7.5. I mean, I'm still okay with that result kasi mahirap talaga yung writing. Ang hirap mag-interpret ng mga graphs. Mahirap mag-interpret ng mga very technical things. Okay, and like sometimes I just don't know what to write. Kulang din ako sa practice nun. I mean, I could have practiced more or read more examples, pero I just really didn't have much time. Pero yung speaking ko, nag-improve. So from a 7, naging 8.5 siya. Diba? Yun. Because I've been working na in Singapore for like about 3 years, and then I worked na sa Canada for about 2 years. So medyo nasanay-sanay na din ako na mag-English. And medyo nabawasan yung Filipino accent ko. Pero minsan lumalabas pa din. Yun. So yun na, yung second part basically, like yung mga tips sa IELTS and like to give you an overview dun sa IELTS. And thank you sa lahat ng mga nanonood dito. I'm so happy that you guys are still here. Hindi ko makita lahat ng participants. Hold on. Hold on. Actually, kukuha muna ako ng tubig. Nauuhaw ako eh. So, yung next part ko is ikikwento ko naman yung part about the Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program. Okay? Siguro yung sa next live ko, ikikwento ko naman sa inyo, like, how to be a pharmacist here in Canada. Okay? Share ko lang. So, marami rin kasing nagtatanong about how I became a pharmacist here. Just a quick overview lang. Yung pagkarating ko dito, nag-try na ako na mag-research on how to become a pharmacist here. Well, even before pa naman coming here, I already had like an overview or a brief idea, kumbaga, on what to do. Pero, syempre, it takes time and money kasi medyo mahal yung mga test. So, ipon-ipon muna. So, of course, naghanap muna ako ng work dito. And then, while working, saka ako nag-start ng process of applying for the exams here. So, yung first exam ko noon was back in July 2017. And I got my license February 12, 2019. Birthday ni Trisha. So, very memorable sa akin yung date na February 12 kasi bukod sa birthday ng pinakamagandang sister ko sa Pinas, hi Trisha, bukod sa birthday niya, yun din yung day na nakuha ko yung license dito. Yun. So, that was like, ilang ano ba yun? 1 year and 7 months. Okay? 1 year and 7 months from my first exam. Yun yung time na nakuha ko yung license ko dito as a pharmacist. So, right now, working as a pharmacist in Canada compared to Pinas is super nice. Super good. Sabi ko, super noob. Nice and good at the same time. No, it's excellent. Okay? Okay. So, yung next na, part 3, kwento ko sa inyo yung my MPNP application experience. So, MPNP stands for Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program. So, yung way na ginamit ko is the MPNP program for skilled workers. So, nung time na nag-a-apply pa lang ako, wala pa yung express entry nung time na yon. So, para siyang paper-based application pa. Actually, okay, you apply online but you have to submit your documents through the mail. Okay? Nag-apply ako nag-start ako mag-create ng account ko around March 2013. Kaya lang, I didn't have all the necessary requirements. So, after 3 months of not having any activity there, they deleted my application. So, I said, okay, fine. I'll start again like few months after. I'll make sure that I have all the requirements I need. And then in October 2013, nung nasa Singapore na ako, I finally submitted my application, including all the necessary documents. So I'm thinking na, okay, kaka-start ko pa lang ng Singapore, and I have like a 3-year contract here. So I can just, I'm not in such a hurry kasi kailangan ko pa rin naman mag-ipon ng pera. Okay? So, sabi ko, kailangan ko pa naman mag-ipon ng pera. So, ano ba yung mga information na hinahanap nila during the MPNP program? So, one is, of course, yung personal information mo. Very important that you have your birth certificate and passport. Okay? So, that's very important. So, kung wala pa kayong passport, make sure that you get that. Mag-apply na kayo to get your own passport. Kasi, it's like a form of identification then, and it allows you to travel to other countries. Next naman, yung education, yung mga basically proof of education nyo. So, kailangan yung mga certificate nyo. I think inasikaso ko din yung certificate ko ng high school, like yung transcripts din. So, I had to go to my high school. Tapos, pinatranslate ko rin yung diploma ng high school. Okay. Yeah, certificate and transcripts from high school and diploma and transcripts from university. So, that includes yung certified translations into English. Kasi yung transcripts from I think yung transcripts and diploma, may mga Tagalog portions yun, lalo na yung sa diploma, may Tagalog. So, I had to request for translations into English. And also, I also had to get like a certification from my high school na English is the medium of instruction. Yun. And then yung employment naman, it includes yung work history mo for the past 5 years and only for the jobs held for more than 6 months. So, kaya lagi kong ina-explain to pati din sa mga kapatid ko na if you're working, make sure that stay in your job for at least 6 months. Kasi yun lang yung makakount nyo as work experience. Kung kunwari, meron lang kayong mga jobs na hindi naman umabot ng 6 months, hindi siya counted. Diba? So, make sure na if you're working, you stay at least for 6 months para ma-count siya as work experience nyo. And for the past 5 years, tatanungin nila yun at yung signed reference letters from each employer. So, nung time na nag-apply ako, 2 years pa lang naman ako na nag-work noon. So, madali lang yung inano ko. Basically parang isang reference letter lang. And then, nilagay ko na lang din doon na I'm currently working in Singapore, blah, 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 blah. Tapos, pinaka-important to be able to create yung profile nyo to immigrate to Canada is yung IELTS result. So, I think yun yung isa sa mga unang requirements na re-require to be able to create a profile for application. Next is yung settlement funds. So, yung settlement funds, kailangan nyo ng 3 months bank statements or certificates of deposits. Next is yung adaptability or settlement plan. So basically, dun sa settlement plan, ilalagay nyo dito nyo gagawin yung research nyo. So wala ako masyadong idea noon about Winnipeg and Canada. So, UK. Okay. So nag-research ako online about it and nilagay ko doon yung intended occupation ko is as a pharmacy technician. Nung time na yon, yung pharmacy technician is not yet a regulated profession. You cannot put there yung regulated profession right away as your intended occupation kasi hindi naman yun yung trabaho mo agad pagdating mo ng Canada. So, I would suggest na ilalagay nyo doon is yung occupation nyo na plano nyong maging job pagdating sa Canada. Okay? And besides, nung time na yun din yung trabaho ko sa Singapore as a pharmacy technician. So it was easy kasi I'm working as a pharmacy technician and then pagdating ko ng Canada, yun din yung plano kong work as a pharmacy technician. So nilagay ko doon na my plan was to work as a pharmacy assistant or technician while studying for the PEBC exams or pharmacy exams in order to get my license to be a pharmacist in Canada. So in-explain ko talaga yun dun sa adaptability or settlement plan. So, alam ko naman and realistic naman yung expectations ko na that the application process would take a long time. But ngayon, for express entry, I believe that they're targeting like 6 months. Kung mataas yung scores mo, you can actually get to Canada within 6 months from your application. But of course, not everyone has high scores dun sa express entry points. But you can work on improving those scores. Okay, I think one of the best ways to actually improve your score there would be your IELTS test. So you have to just prepare for it. So, nag-apply ako for Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program October 2013. And then on January 15, 2015, 1 year and 3 months from when I submitted my application, nagkaroon ako ng email that they are reviewing my application now. So, wow! Finally! Nakarinig ako from them. Kasi during this time na I submitted it, I don't know kung na-receive nila or I have no idea kung ano na bang nangyayari dun sa application ko. So whenever my tito and tita ask me about the application, I'm like, I haven't heard anything from them yet. So I don't know. Pero I knew na it takes about a year para ma-process yung application. So sabi nila, they gave me, dun sa email na yun, sabi nila, ito yung mga documents na kailangan mong isubmit. So, they gave me like 1 week to complete it and then email them back the necessary requirements. Ganito yun. Kasi nung nag-apply ako for Manitoba Provincial Nominee Program, kailangan mo ng settlement ng parang proof of bank statements, basically, right? Pero nung time na yun, wala akong pera. Kasi, kakastart ko palang mag-work ng Singapore. Tapos, wala akong pang show money. I think, yung pera ko noon, siguro mga around 60,000-70,000 pesos. Parang ipon, tapos kakasweldo lang sa Pinas. So, yun lang yung nalagay ko. Walang-wala siya dun sa requirement na 400 to 500,000 pesos. So, medyo natatakot ako na baka ma-reject yung application ko kasi kulang yung funds ko. Pero, nilagay ko dun sa application ko na, ito lang yung laman ng bank account ko ngayon. Pero promise, by the time na maasikaso yung papers ko, kompleto ko na yung settlement fund. Ganon. Parang nag-promissory note ako. Actually, na-surprise ako na in-accept nila yung promissory note ko. Hindi ko alam na pwede yun kasi most of the people I know na nag-a-apply for Canada or for immigration, nanghihiram ng pera from others. I mean, that's fine. Nanghiram din ako ng pera nun before tapos binalik ko din siya after. Kasi para lang magkaroon ako ng funds agad. Pero eventually, naipon ko naman din yung pera na yun sa Singapore. Todo tipid talaga. Kaya nakaipon ako ng pera nun sa Singapore na pang settlement funds. Yun nga, na-surprise ako na in-accept nila yung promissory note ko na sabi ko na, ito lang yung pera ko. So, pero promise, pag na-process na yung application ko, okay na siya. Yun. So, on February 8, 2015, naka-receive ako ng letter of approval in the mail. So, pagka-receive pala nila ng application ko or yung mga necessary documents, basically, ang na-request lang nila, I think, is list of relatives here in Canada at saka yung updated bank statement. So, nung time na yun, okay na yung laman ng bank account ko. Yun. So, the week nang sinubmit ko siya, nag-send na rin sila ng letter kasi nakita ko yung date dun sa letter is just like a week from when they emailed me. So, it took about 2 weeks for the letter to come from Canada to Singapore. So, na-receive ko yung letter na approval. Yes, sabi nila, approve na yung application ko. So, nominated na ako by the province of Manitoba for a permanent resident status here in Canada. Okay? So, yung next step ko na, sabi nila, is to apply to Citizenship and Immigration Canada for a permanent resident visa as a Manitoba provincial nominee. So, kung makikita nyo ngayon, yung pag mag-apply kayo as express entry, di ba meron dong part sa baba na if you're a provincial nominee, you have this number of points. So, malaking factor talaga kung meron kayong province na magna-nominate for you. Kasi, I think, hundreds of points agad yun. Yun. So, sabi nila na I have until July 2015 to submit my application, which is like 6 months from the date on the letter of approval. So, basically, I have 6 months to complete my application for permanent residency. And, nung time na yun, medyo binabagal-bagalan ko pa siya. I could have done it in like a month. Kaya lang, inisip ko, I have like, I think, 1 year something, 1 year and 3 months pa lang from when I started working, or 1 year and 4 months pa lang from when I started working in Singapore. Hindi pa ako ready to leave Singapore that time. Parang na-enjoy ko pa siya. Medyo hesitant pa ako na ano bang dadatnan ko sa Canada. Meron naman akong family sa Philippines, Singapore, and medyo hesitant pa talaga ako nung time na yun. So, medyo dinelay-delay ko up until the last minute yung pag-submit ng lahat ng requirements. Pero kung kayo naman, ready na kayo to go, ready na talaga kayo to move, just do it. Okay? So, sa akin, medyo umabot ng almost to the deadline bago ko na-submit lahat ng requirements. So, ngayon, currently, yung process of immigrating to Manitoba through the provincial nominee program is kailangan nyo pa rin mag-submit ng expression of interest. So, lahat naman to, online profile. Tapos, lalagay nila kayo into a pool of all eligible candidates and it's valid for 1 year. So, hindi pa kayo required na mag-submit ng documents during this time. Like, not like noon na nag-submit ka ng application online and then I think nag-mail na rin ako ng application sa kanila, like copies of those documents. But I think this time, you just need to enter your information online, yung profile mo, and then you will get your expression of interest ranking points. So yung ranking system, it's based on language proficiency, age, work experience, education, adaptability, and risk assessment. Yun. So if you wanna have like a more information about dito sa mga dinidiscuss ko ngayon, I've actually posted like a series of blogs about it on my website. So you can check out jeanmonique.com, which is JEANMONIQUE.com. Okay? So meron ako mga posts doon about my journey to Canada, how to become a pharmacist here, tips on IELTS. So if you want to read more about it. So basically, dun sa pool na yon ng mga nag-apply na mag-immigrate to Manitoba through the Provincial Nominee Program, meron kayong ranking, di ba? And then, dinadraw nila yung mga applications doon. And on a regular basis, they send letters of advice to apply to the highest scoring candidates in the pool to submit a full application. So, kapag naka-receive na kayo ng LAA or yung letters of advice to apply, then that's the time that you need to submit all the documents that you have. Okay? So, yung mga tips ko that I can offer with anything that you try to do, just to make sure that your application will go as smooth as possible, you have to read and research carefully to check which stream or program you can apply. Kasi maraming iba't ibang streams and iba't ibang programs, and all of them have different criteria. So, if you're planning to go to Canada, I would suggest just research first yung Canada Immigration website. Just Google Canada Immigration website. So, dapat yung let me try to find it right now. Para tamang website yung mapuntahan nyo. Okay. So, it would be the Canada... Nakikita ba ako kahit nag-tab ako? I wonder. So, it should be the Immigration and Citizenship website. Tapos yung base niya is canada.ca. So, I think the web address is www.canada.ca/services/immigration and citizenship. Yun. Okay, kita. Kita pala ako. Okay. Because I was worried na if nagtatab ako, nagba-black yung screen. So, hindi naman pala. Kaya, pwede naman pala na isang computer lang yung gamitin pag nagla-live. So, meron ako dito binabasa. But anyway, that's fine. Yun nga. You have to read and research. Unang-una niyong pupuntahan would be, of course, yung Canada Immigration and Citizenship website ng canada.ca. So, marami nga dong streams on how to immigrate here. Yun nga, work, study, or if you wanna have a business here, set up a business here, kung let's say millionaire pala kayo, marami kayong pera, and gusto niyo magtayo ng business dito, I think mas mabilis kung yun yung way nyo. Pero kung may pera kayo, yun yung way nyo. Pero kung wala, marami na mga ibang possible ways. Okay? Next is, just make sure to carefully check nyo din kung interested kayo in the provincial nominee program. So, check nyo yung mga available provinces that have it. Also, yung mga ibang areas, meron din silang mga parang immigration programs ba? Na naghahanap kasi sila ng mga tao na mag-work doon sa certain area na yun. So, minsan, hindi na masyadong strict yung requirements na kailangan para lang mas maka-entice sila na may maka-work na iba. So, abangan nyo rin yun. Minsan, merong mga nagpo-post na certain city in a certain province, there is this urgent need for a lot of people. So, naghahanap sila ng mga applicants. So, kahit na hindi mataas yung mga scores nyo, pwede kayong mag-apply doon. And I think that's nice kasi pwede nyong maging, let's say, stepping stone yun to get into Canada. And kung nagustuhan nyo naman yung place nyo doon, then you can stay there, di ba? Pero if you're looking for other opportunities, kasi once you have a permanent visa naman, hindi naman talaga kayo tied sa iisang lugar lang. You can actually go anywhere kasi you're already a permanent resident here. You can actually live wherever you want. So even if it's not yung original na province na nag-support sa inyo, but of course, I would still suggest na you try to find a job here and stay where you are, yung province na nag-nominate sa inyo. Kasi, syempre, sila yung tumulong sa inyo to come here. So, it's good na to give back to the economy and to contribute doon sa place na yun, di ba? Like, right now, I'm still living in Manitoba and I like it here. Kasi, I find na yung pharmacist job here is really good. Yung pay here is also very good. Tapos, yung cost of living is generally less compared to other places and it's not as busy as other places too. Na-enjoy ko actually dito yung parang suburb life. Parang nakatira ka lang sa isang malaking subdivision and hindi siya super busy streets. Like, hindi siya parang Manila na ang ingay-ingay. Ganon. Okay, so another tip ko, make sure you provide full and accurate information and documentation in all your applications. Double check nyo lahat ng application nyo. Make sure na walang kulang. Kung may kulang or hindi kayo masubmit right away, itry nyo na i-complete talaga yung application nyo or at least give an explanation kung bakit hindi nyo siya magawa at this time. Like for example, yung sa show money na ginawa ko before, hindi naman agad ako nakakumpleto ng show money. So I gave like some sort of explanation, diba? I mean, I wouldn't really advise that, but as much as possible, give full and accurate information right away. Kasi if you provide false or misleading information, it may be considered misrepresentation and you may be subject to a ban which would prevent you for submitting another EOI for a period of 2 years. So, definitely, wag kayong magsasubmit ng mga fake documents. Always make sure na yun yung mga legit documents nyo. So, wag kayong papagawa ng, let's say, I don't know, mga fake certificates elsewhere. Tapos, kung by the time na nag-apply kayo and tapos in process pa rin yung application nyo, let's say nagkaroon kayo ng changes in circumstances, kunwari nagkaroon kayo ng, kinasal kayo, nabuntis kayo, nagkaroon kayo ng baby, nagkaroon kayo ng bagong trabaho or new address, just make sure na you always update your information with them. So, nag-send ako ng email sa kanila before na, oh, I have a change in address and this is it. Just make sure you log back into your profile and then update your information para they know where to reach you. Kasi sometimes they send you letters. So if you're gonna change your address, you have to update your address as well so that they are aware. Okay? And also make sure na you check your email all the time for updates. Kasi because you're in another country, they usually send their correspondences first through email. So, ito pa yung other tip ko, you do not need to apply through an agency and applying through one does not guarantee approval of application. Okay? So marami akong friends na nandito, they didn't go through any agencies, nag-apply lang din sila on their own. So, I mean, if you have the money to spend for an agency, that's fine. If you really need help gathering all your documents, but honestly, I believe in you, you can do it on your own. Okay? Marami namang mga forum and marami kayong friends that are willing to help. Message nyo lang ako. Like, I'm always open for any questions. So, yun nga, I didn't enlist the help of an agency, but I did a lot of research and read the websites thoroughly. Yan. So, make sure na lahat ng documents nyo din that are necessary are readily available. Para by the time na naka-receive na kayo ng letter of advice to apply, then you can submit them as soon as possible, di ba? So, ito pa yung isa sa mga, okay, I'm gonna answer some of the frequently asked questions. Sabi nila, magkano daw ba yung settlement fund na kailangan? Okay? So, let's see. Immigration Canada Settlement Fund. Nag-iiba-iba siya every year, actually. And depende din siya sa stream mo and sa laki ng family mo. Baka palang pimple ko. Okay. So, during that time na nag-apply ako, I think it was around $12,000. So, 12,000 Canadian dollars to PHP, that was about 441,000 pesos. Okay? So, kailangan may dala ka na 440,000 pesos in liquid funds. Okay? Hindi pwedeng property. Kailangan cash talaga siya. As in cash na pwede mong dalhin from Pinas to Canada. Okay. Pero, yun ay kung mag-isa ka lang. Ngayon, right now, the funds required if you're just by yourself is 12,960,000 Canadian dollars. So, in Pinas money, that's 476,000. So, safe to say na ipon-ipon ng 500,000 pesos. That is if you're by yourself. So, let's say dalawa kayo, mag-asawa kayo. So, that would be $16,135. So that's 595,000 pesos. And kung let's say may anak kayo or any dependent children, basta nag-add lang siya. You can Google Immigration Canada Proof of Funds and then nasa baba dun yung funds required, depende. Okay, so let's say kanila Follett. Kasi mommy, daddy, tapos may dalawang kids. So, number of family members would be 4. So, that would be $24,083. 24,083 Canadian dollars to PHP. So, that would be 886,000 pesos, or dahil nasa Singapore sila, convert ko na din. So, that's like 24,932 Singaporean dollars. Yon. Okay? Mami Follette, so kung apat kayo, kasi counted dito sa family size, yourself, your spouse or partner, your dependent children, and your spouse's dependent children. So kung apat kayo, that would be 24,932 Singaporean dollars. Yon. Yun ang kailangan na settlement funds. Okay. So your family is included in the application. For me, hindi kasama yung family ko kasi ang counted lang naman is kung may asawa ka at kung may anak ka. By the time naman na nag-apply ako, mag-isa lang ako. Wala naman akong asawa, wala rin akong anak. So, counted as 1 lang siya. Okay? Yes, medyo malaki siyang amount. But I've known some. Pwede promissory note. You know what? I think for the application, I think you have to show them that you have that funds. Pero to come here, I know some families who came here na hindi ganyan yung amount na dala nila. Yung dala nila was like, actually around 10K lang. So, I don't know. Like sa airport naman kasi, pagkadating mo dito, tatanungin ka nila how much yung dala mo. And I think any amount over than $10,000, you have to declare it. So, I had to declare mine kasi it was more than 10,000 Canadian dollars in cash na dala ko. Pero yung iba, family sila, hindi yun yung dala nilang pera. So, I'm not sure kung paano yun. Pero yun yung suggested na proof of funds for the application purposes. Okay? Ano pa ba? Yung ibang tips dito. Okay. For purposes of application, family means spouse, by marriage or by common law partnership of at least 1 year. So let's say common law partnership na kayo, that's considered like spouse na. And dependent children has to be single and below 22 years old. So for example, kayo Follette, pasok na pasok kayo dun sa family of 4. Sabi ni Mami Follette, cash talaga, di pwede sa bank lang nakalagay. No, pwedeng sa bank lang talaga siya nakalagay. Like, what I mean is, proof of funds na meron kayo ng pera na yon na nasa bank na madali niyong madala, let's say from Singapore to Canada. So, another way din, actually, para hindi maraming dalang pera nyo na cash sa plane, yung iba, nag-open na sila ng bank account sa Canada habang nasa Pinas at Singapore pa lang sila. Kasi you can open a bank account here kahit na hindi pa kayo nandito. So, pwede nyo nang ipa-wire transfer yung pera nyo from Pinas to Pinas to Canada or Singapore to Canada na bank. Para at least hindi naman sobrang laki ng pera na hawak nyo habang nasa aeroplano kayo. 'Di ba? Yun. I guess yun yung isa sa mga pwede nyong gawin na ways. Yun. Kasi kailangan, yun yung funds, basically, ang rationale nila dun is yung proof of funds yung gagamitin mo for the first few months na nandito ka, na let's say wala pa kayong work na mahanap. Syempre, you need money to rent a place, to find work, to, go around and then look for a job, or to secure your family. Basically, you may even need to buy a car, kahit second-hand car. Some cars here can be like $2,000, $3,000 para meron na kayong second-hand car. Basta less than $5,000 yan. And then sabi ni Camille naman, may question siya. Kaso yung charges when you open or transfer, baka expensive. That one, I'm not quite sure kung paano, but you can definitely do like wire transfers. Maybe you can inquire dun sa bank nyo how to do it. So, nung time ko, what I did was, winidraw ko na yung cash from my bank account in the Philippines. And then yung iba dun, na-convert na siya mahirap kasi magpapalit to Canadian dollars. Okay? So, kinonvert ko actually lahat siya to Canadian dollars or US dollars nung nasa Pinas pa lang ako. Kasi pagdating dito, it's harder to exchange from Pinas money to Canadian dollars. So, pagdating ko dito, one of the first things na ginawa ko is to actually put all those cash inside and open an account, tapos nilagay ko agad siya sa bank. So, nung nag-deposit ako, it's like all in Canadian dollars or US dollars. Ganun na siya. Kasi mas madaling mag-open ng account dito using those. I'm not quite sure if madali din ba, let's say na puro pesos yung dala mo. Kaso parang madami yun, di ba? Let's say 500,000 pesos in cash. Parang mabigat. Tapos may barya-barya pa. Yan. So, kinonvert ko siya. Naghanap ako ng foreign exchange. It took me like several days to exchange everything. So, nung nasa Singapore pa lang ako, binibili ko yung mga US dollars and Canadian dollars ng mga friends ko. So, may mga kakilala ako doon na meron silang extra US dollars or Canadian dollars kung yung mga times na nagbe-visit sila abroad. So, binibili ko yun para at least meron na akong reserva na Canadian and US dollars. So, yun yung mga ginamit ko. Next. Yung MPNP approved English language proficiency tests are IELTS and CELPIP general. So, I think IELTS is the way to go kasi very general siya. Pwede nyo siyang magamit for MPNP or mga provincial nominee programs. Pwede nyo din siyang magamit for like express entry. And you can also use it kapag mag-a-apply kayo sa mga regulatory boards dito. Yun. So, let's say na-approve na kayo for MPNP nga. Yung next step nyo na is yung application for permanent residency visa. So, everything naman dun is available din naman siya dun sa Canada Immigration website. So, eto pala, may question ako na-receive na how much money should you bring? So, bring as much money as you can. When you arrive in Canada, you have to tell the border officer if you're bringing more than 10,000 Canadian dollars. So, if you don't tell them, you may be fined and your funds could be seized. So, yung question, meron silang list of things na pwedeng proof of funds mo basically. Like yung dala mo from Philippines or Singapore to Canada. Pwede siyang cash, all in cash if you want. Pwede din naman na documents that show property or capital payable to you such as stocks, funds, treasury bills, or documents that guarantee payment of a set amount of money which are payable to you. Like yung banker's drafts, checks, or money orders. Yun. So, yun yung mga proof of funds nyo for settlement. Next. So, yun. Permanent resident visa application. So, yung permanent resident visa application ko, ginawa ko siya. First of all, kailangan kong kumuha ng letter from my employer stating yung job responsibilities ko, tapos yung pay, ano pa ba? Yun. Actually, ako yung kumuha ng letter, tapos pinapirma ko lang sa kanila. Kasi I don't think they've done it before. So, sinabi ko lang sa kanila na, actually, medyo mahirap i-explain sa kanila kung bakit ko ginagawa yun. Sabi ko lang, I'm trying to, what do you call this? Apply for something sa Canada, like to travel or whatever. And then, pinapirma ko lang sa kanila yun. But I guess they somehow, siguro, medyo na-realize din nila yun. But I still stayed there almost like to complete my 3 years of contract there. Yun. So, next naman, yung permanent resident visa application. The requirements ko doon would be yung police records. So, kailangan ko ng police clearance from every city that I've ever lived in. So, yung Manila, like sa Pinas, kumuha ko ng clearance doon. Kumuha din ako ng clearance sa Singapore. Tapos, kailangan din ng medical. So, ito na yung time na kailangan mo ng medical clearance form. So, doon sa medical clearance, meron lang silang mga meron lang silang mga places na authorized na doon ka medical clearance mo. So, let's say din sa website ng Canada immigration, lalagay mo lang which country you are from and then lilist na nila doon yung mga places kung saan kayo pwedeng magpunta for your medical clearance. I think ang binayad ko for my medical clearance was about $200 something sa Singapore. Ganun yung typical price niya. It's probably like less, mga close to 10,000 pesos. Siguro mga $200 to $300 yung sa medical. I'm not sure how much it is right now. And I don't know din yung price, let's say, kung family kayo. Kung mas mura ba kung may kids. Yun, hindi ko lang sure. Pero I think pwede namang pag-ipunan yun later on. Yung priority niyo muna is to like get your foot in the door and get your application done. Kasi yung mga other things naman, yung mga little things like police clearance, maliliit na bagay na lang siya. And yung medical clearance, it's just like one day, I think ginagawa dun is like x-ray, urinalysis, tapos may check-up din talaga kayo ng doctor. Tapos meron din mga blood tests kasi syempre they want to test for like, let's say STI, sexually transmitted infections, and other things. Okay? What else? Yung ginawa ko dun. After nun, you have to pay something. You have to submit those documents and then you have to pay for your permanent residency fee. I mean, all of these naman, they are done online. And you just submit the documents as they come. After nun, na-receive ko, let's say, I can't remember when I submitted all of them. But basically, okay. So, July, I think around July ako nag-apply. And then, or August, around July ako nag-apply. And then I had a year from when I applied my permanent residency. Oh no, July 7. Yeah. So, July ako nag-apply and then I had a year to get to Canada. So, kaya nagmadali na talaga ako na magpunta ng Canada. No, I think yung visa ko, I think it was valid like around fall. Pero, chinek ko kasi mga flights, mga one-way flights to Canada. Tapos inisip ko na, kung pupunta ako ng Canada, tapos malamig na agad, baka ma-shock yung katawan ko. Kasi I heard na Canada is just super cold, lalo na sa Winnipeg. It has like the worst winters ever. So, sabi ko, baka ma-shock yung katawan ko. Maybe I should go back. I should go to Canada during summertime. Yun pala yung naging way of thinking ko nun. I should go during summertime, kaya in-aim ko talaga na to go there around June, July. And, flights are a little bit more expensive. Yung flight ko na one way, just for myself, from Manila to Canada, to Winnipeg, is like $1,000 through Air Canada. No, not Air Canada. All Nippon Airways, ANA. Pero super enjoy ko naman yung flight na yon. Actually, I posted a vlog about my travel, yung how I got here to Canada. You can search it from one of my videos na na-post ko just recently lang. I think I posted it last month. Yeah, to celebrate my 4 years of being here in Canada. So, ginawa ko yon like slideshow kung ano yung flight experience ko, paano yung flight ko from Manila to Japan, to Vancouver, to Winnipeg. So, marami akong na-experience na lahat ng kamalasan. Sobrang na-delay yung flight ko nun. Akala ko mamimiss ko yung connecting flight ko sa Japan. Pero buti na lang nag-intay sila kasi I guess like more than half of the plane is coming from those delayed flights. Tapos pagdating ko ng Vancouver, naiwan ako ng plane to Winnipeg kasi ang tagal, ang haba ng pila sa immigration. Tapos nawawala pa yung luggage ko. Biruin niyo yun, yung luggage ko, naiwan pala siya sa Japan kasi nga na-delay yung flight. So, hindi siya nakasabay dun sa plane going from Japan to Canada. So, pagdating ko ng Vancouver, I'm like, what? Asan yung luggage ko? Like, I really can't find it. And, buti na lang, masyado silang mabait dito sa Canada. Na culture shock talaga ako. Sobrang bait nila. Nung na-miss ko yung flight, nirebook nila ako for free. I didn't have to pay anything. Tapos, dahil yun lang natitirang seat wala nang economy seats available, na-upgrade pa ako to business class. Swerte, no? At least naman, yung pambawi yun sa lahat ng kamalasan. Kasi super late na nakaalis ng flight from Pinas, naiwan na yung luggage ko. Tapos naiwan ako ng plane. Yun. So, akala ko talaga, malas talaga yung pagdating ko ng Winnipeg. Pero, nakabawi-bawi naman. So, naka-business class ako. Pupuntang Winnipeg. And from then on, okay naman na yung experience ko. Na-shock talaga ako. Sabi nila, oh, don't worry. It's fine. Everything's okay. We'll take care of everything for you. I'm like, bakit ganun? Kung nasa Pinas yun, na-stress na ako. Unang-una, isipin ko, kakadating ko palang bayad ako agad ng rebooking fee. Babayad ba ako ulit agad ng airplane fee papuntang Winnipeg? Kasi na-miss ko yung flight ko. Pero sabi nila, no, they'll take care of everything. So, that was super, super nice of them na yung they really helped me out dun sa part na yun. Kasi kung hindi, hindi ko na alam kung anong gagawin ko. Kasi bago lang ako sa Canada, tapos wala akong kakilala dun sa place na yun. And I just didn't know what to do. But they were so kind. Tapos yung luggage ko, nahanap nila. And sabi nila, i-deliver na lang nila. So I think in 2 days, na-deliver nila yung luggage ko from dun sa address na nilagay ko. So, at least in 2 days. Kaya ang tip ko, kung kayo ay pupunta ng Canada, magta-travel kayo, any long distance travel, no, magdala kayo parati ng change of clothes in your hand carry luggage. So, kahit na nagpunta ako from Canada to Manila, meron talaga akong dalang change of clothes. Kasi, what if wala kang damit na masuot, diba? Tsaka nagpapalit ako ng underwear and ng damit pag merong after ng mahabang flight. Kasi parang fresh ba yung feeling? Kasi hindi ka man maka-shower, pero at least punas-punas ka dyan, tapos wet wipes, and then you can change your clothes. Kasi parang ang weird ng feeling na you're doing like travel for 20-something hours, 30-something hours, tapos walang ligo-ligo, di ba? Alam mo naman, pag Pinoy, hindi sanay ng hindi naliligo. Dito kasi, kahit hindi ka maligo ng ilang araw, okay lang. Pero hindi pa naman ako umabot ng days nang hindi naliligo. Maximum na yung isang day na walang ligo-ligo. Pero may palit ng, underwear. Tapos yung shampoo dito, yung iba, shampoo nila is like once a week lang. Pero hindi ako sanay ng hindi nagsha-shampoo araw-araw. Lalo na maikli naman yung hair ko. Tsaka hindi pa naman winter, hindi kailangan masyado mag-effort ng pag-dry ng hair. Yan. So, nakarating ako dito, July 2016. So, yun nga, 4 years ko na dito. And so far, so good. More than 4 years na. And 1 year and 6 months na akong pharmacist ngayon dito. So happy. So, na-meet ko si D within a month ng pagdating ko dito. Okay? Pero kukwento ko yan next time na lang ako magla-live about dun sa, yun nga, how I met him. Tapos, kung interested siya na makasama dun dito sa live. But anyway, I'll just give you, umabot na pala ako ng 2 hours and 20 minutes. Maraming salamat sa mga nag-view sa akin ngayon. Hindi ko makita yung names nyo sa participants. But thank you so much for watching my 8 million viewers. Woohoo! I'm so happy. And thank you for watching. Syempre, counted na din yung family ko. Salamat talaga sa family ko and sa friends ko for always supporting me. Yun nga, kwento ko lang yung mga... Hi, Francesca, you're still there. So happy. Thank you so much. Yun. Kwento ko lang yung mga differences ng life ko dito versus Singapore versus Manila. Okay, so let's say, pagigising pa lang. Maliwanag na dito. Lalo na kapag summertime. Okay? Hi, Camille. Thanks for staying here. I really appreciate it. Yan. So, lalo na kapag summertime, yung sunrise dito is, mga 5. Tapos yung sunset usually mga 9 or 10 p.m. So, mahaba talaga yung daytime dito sa Canada during summertime. Pero during wintertime, mas nagiging shorter yung daytime, basically. So, minsan, 5 or 6 p.m. pa lang, or minsan 4 p.m. pa lang, madilim na talaga. So, medyo hindi ko gusto yung winter time dito. Kasi nga, onti lang yung days, yung time na maliwanag yung araw. But, sa Pinas naman, yun nga, it's always like sunny or rainy, diba? Dito, may 4 seasons, which I really, really enjoy. Sa Singapore kasi, it's just like hot. And then very little rain. Super onti ng rain. Not like sa Pinas na may typhoon season na you go through the letters of the alphabet ng iba't ibang pangalan per bagyo, per typhoon. Dito, very onti lang yung rain and hindi naman talaga nagkaka-typhoon. Kasi lalo na Winnipeg is in Manitoba, which is center of Canada. And it's surrounded by like land. So wala masyadong mga ganong cases. May mga very few cases of like hail or tawag dun, hurricane or tornado. Ano ba difference ng dalawa? But anyway, something like that. Pero usually sa mga outside cities siya. Outside areas, not yung Winnipeg City mismo. Yun. Yung daytime, it's really more here. Not like sa Pinas, usually 6 p.m., 5 p.m. madilim na. Pero dito, pag summer, it's like really nice and sunny. So, na-enjoy ko talaga yung summertime dito kasi you can go out, you can explore more. And, yun. One of the things too is, dito sa Canada, mas na-appreciate nila yung Filipina beauty. Yes. Nag-feeling naman. Okay. So, dito, mas na-appreciate nila yung color ng skin ko. Kasi, pag sa Pinas or sa Singapore, lagi nilang sinasabi na, syempre, ang ideal beauty standards doon is maputi, matangkad, payat, haba buhok. Yun. Medyo hindi ako pasok dun sa beauty standards sa Pinas. Pero dito, pasok na pasok! So, na-appreciate nila talaga yung beauty dito ng mga Filipinos. Lalo na yung color ng skin. Kasi, yes, mama, manang-mana talaga sa kulay niya. Which is, I'm so happy and so proud. Hindi ako gumagamit ng mga whitening things dito. Kasi I'm trying to preserve my tan. Just preserve my tan. As if naman na pumuputi talaga. Yun. Alam niyo ba, yung mga tao dito, nagpapatan pa talaga sila. As in, maraming self-tanning. You can self-tan in your own home. So, maraming tanning products. Hindi kagaya sa Pinas, yung mga shelves sa mga drugstores or anywhere you go or supermarkets, puro whitening products. Dito, tanning products or like sunscreen. Yun. Yun yung madami. So, ako, hindi ko na kailangan gumamit ng tanning products kasi naturally tanned na talaga tayo dyan. Okay? Tapos, pag summer, sunscreen lang talaga, hindi ko na kailangan, madali rin naman ako mag-tan. So, yung mga friends ko na puti, hindi nila ma-achieve yung level of tan na meron ako. Kasi ito talaga, a natural tan. Diba? Ito yung goals nila. Yun. So, masaya yun kasi na-appreciate talaga nila dito yung beauty. So, another difference is yung mode of transportation. Okay. So, sa Pinas, marami tayong mode of transportation dyan. May tricycle, pedicab, may sidecar, may jeep, may bus, may Grab, may MRT, LRT, may PNR train, may bangka, or somewhere where you wanna go. Sa Singapore naman, may trains din, like subway system na super bilis and super extensive network, which is really, really great. May cars din, may buses. Transportation system sa Singapore is the best. Yun yung masasabi ko. Very efficient and it can take you anywhere you wanna go. Dito naman sa Canada, maraming or ganun ka-extensive din yung transit system. Let's say sa Vancouver or sa Toronto. Yun yung mga major cities. Pero yung sa Winnipeg, we don't have a train system here. Meron lang ditong buses. Tapos yung mga buses, minsan, every 15 minutes or so lang. Tapos yung iba pa, like every 30 minutes or every 40 minutes. Like, it's not as frequent. Tapos hindi yung buong city covered ng buses. So, madalas, you'll have to walk a lot. You can bike, bus. Pero yun nga, ang pinaka-convenient pa rin talaga is to take a car. Kasi let's say I bus from here to work, it will take me like close to an hour. Pero pag nagda-drive ako, it just takes me like 15 minutes and nasa work na ako. Pag summer. Pero pag winter time, mga 20-25 minutes yun. Kasi medyo mabagal ako mag-drive. Lalo na pag may snow, medyo madalas. So very careful talaga. Yun. So mga plus 10-15 minutes kapag driving time sa winter. Yan. Oh, I guess Very helpful din tong tips na to for Camille kasi at least meron siyang overview ng ma-expect niya dito. Ano pa ba? Yung food. Okay, one of the things na okay, pagdating sa food, of course, iba pa rin yung kinalakihan mo na food sa Pinas. Lalo na, ang luto ni Mama. Luto ni Mama is always the best. As in, hinahanap-hanap ko talaga. Nung umuwi ako ng Pinas, meron akong list of food na papaluto ko kay Mama at Papa. Tapos lahat ng nasa list na yun, ginawa talaga ni Mama. Tsaka ni Papa, super na-spoil talaga ako na umuwi ako ng Pinas kasi all my wish, granted. Yon. Sabi ni Camille, yes, iipon ako so I could buy car agad. Yes. Very convenient yon lalo if you have a family. Like yung kanila Francesca, nagkaroon din sila ng car nun, kaagad. Yeah. Nakiki-ride ako before kay Francesca. Kasi magaling mag-drive yan si Francesca eh. Ako, na experience niya or na witness niya yung driving stages ko. Noong time na nakuha ko yung car ko, hindi pa ako sanay mag-drive. So, naging source of parang fight namin yun ng boyfriend ko nung time niya. Naiyak na ako. Sabi ko, bakit mo ba ako inaaway sa pagdadrive? Tapos sabi niya, paano ka nagkaroon ng license? Hindi ka naman magaling mag-drive. Kasi medyo one take lang, nakakuha ko na yung license ko dito. Tapos siya medyo maraming takes. So, nung bago pala yung car ko, minsan kasama ko si Francesca, ako yung magdadrive tapos siya yung passenger. Yun. Believe ako sa patience niya and understanding and yung support niya sa akin na hindi niya pinakita na natatakot siya habang nagdadrive ako. Kasi na-imagine ko ngayon, like in hindsight, when I think about it, yung driving skills ko noon, it's not so good. Pero, nakarating naman kami sa destination namin, kaya okay lang. Lalo na yung sa parking. Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko pa rin kaya mag-park ng patalikod. Francesca, you're so sweet. Sabi niya, I trust you. Thank you. Yes. Super careful ko lang nun. So ngayon, naabot ko na yung level na pati yung bata sabi nila, oh, it's nice dun sa car ni Tita Monique. She's a very good driver. Oh, yun yung sabi ng anak ng ka-office mate ko. Sabi niya, ang galing ko daw mag-drive. Diba? Meron akong good reviews. Tsaka, ngayon, pag yung, let's say, yung boyfriend ko, meron siyang pupuntahan sa gabi, tapos he wants to drink, ako naman yung designated driver. Umabot na yung level ko sa ganang designated driver. Pero, hindi ko pa rin kayang mag-drive ng malayuan, like outside the city, let's say long drives. Hindi, medyo takot pa rin ako sa highway. Pero, you know what? We'll get there someday. Nakadrive na rin naman ako outside the city for minsan kailangan ko mag-work outside of the city din. So, nakakalayo-layo na rin ako sa pagdadrive. But, yun. Ano pa ba? Yung sinasabi ko yung sa food. So, the best pa rin, of course, yung food sa Pinas. Kasi, yun yung kinalakihan natin, 'di ba, na food. At saka, ang mura talaga ng pagkain sa Pinas. Wala akong masabi, mura siya. Kahit na umuwi ako, yung price ng pagkain dito na pang isang tao lang ay nakakapakain ng 3 to 5 people sa Pinas. Okay? Ganun yung price. Pero yun nga, mas mataas yung cost of living dito compared sa Pinas, pero mas mataas din naman yung kinikita mo. Pero you know what? At the end of the day, yung savings mo, mas malaki pa rin dito compared dun sa Pinas. So, kaya worth it pa din na magpunta dito. Yun. Dahil nakapunta ko dito, mas may akong ways na natulungan ko yung family ko. Lalo na nung nagkasakit si Trisha, lalo na yung all throughout yung mga chemotherapy treatments, lahat ng diagnostic tests, kasi wala namang insurance sa Pinas and yung hindi naman maganda yung parang PhilHealth doon. Unting-unti lang yung nababawas talaga sa PhilHealth. Yun. So, kailangan namin ng malaking-malaking pera para mapagamot si Trisha. So, kung wala ako nandito sa Pinas, I don't think na makakahanap kami ng way to treat her or to finish her treatments. Kasi sad to say, yun nga, money is like a big factor when it comes to health sa Philippines. Kaya gusto ko na rin sana mapunta dito yung family ko para at least, dito kasi, pag nagkasakit ka, you don't have to worry about costs ng treatments mo. Let's say, chemotherapy treatments mo sa hospital, you don't have to worry about it. Covered ka, sagot ka ng government. You don't have to spend so much, okay? Ang thing lang is, let's say, yung mga medications, hindi siya covered. Okay? So, you have to pay for your medications. Pero yun nga, you can always have like insurance. Most of the workplaces here, meron kayong group insurance. So, yung insurance mo through work, yung nagbabayad for medications. Tapos, minsan pa nga covered pa yung chiropractor, yung mga physiotherapist, massage therapist, which is nagagamit ko talaga. So, pwede ako magpa-massage every month. Tapos, maka-cover yun ng insurance ko, di ba? So, saan ka nakakita ng massage? Covered ng insurance. Walang ganun sa Pinas. Yun. So, na-enjoy ko talaga yun, yung part na libreng massage. Ano pa ba? Yun. Medications lang hindi covered. Pero if you wanna see the doctor for consultations, if you wanna see the doctor for lab tests, I mean, if you wanna go for lab tests or blood work or let's say x-ray, ultrasound, anything, covered ka. You don't have to pay anything at all. Okay? Nagpa-blood work ako, let's say yung annual check-up mo with the doctor yearly, di ba? Libre yun. Libre yung blood work. Bibigyan ka lang nila ng requisition form and you have to bring it to the laboratory. Tapos kukuhanan ka nila ng blood and then within a few days may results na. Tapos you can discuss the results with your doctor. Very helpful yun na they're always available to help you naman. Marami naman doctors within the area and you can always have a family doctor. So pagdating mo dito, like Camille, it's recommended na you find a family doctor right away, especially like for your whole family. Yun. So depende dun sa area na mapupuntahan nyo, merong tinatawag na family doctor finder. Tapos may nakalagay dun na list of doctors na available in your area that are accepting new patients. So usually ang first step is like you meet and greet with them muna. Para ma-check nyo din or ma-feel nyo kung okay ba yung doctor na yun. Sa tingin nyo, okay ba siya? Or may nasa-sense ba kayo na hindi masyadong magandang vibes, di ba? Then, hindi nyo i-continue yun. Pero kung feel nyo, okay naman yung doctor na yun, then you can take him on as your family doctor. So, basically, dun sa meet and greet, parang ina-explain nyo lang sa kanila na, ito yung situation ko, ito yung health ko ngayon, health situation ko. Wala naman akong sakit. Generally, I'm generally healthy. Wala naman akong, pero kung meron kayong, let's say, high blood pressure or diabetes, then that's the time that you have to tell them. Tapos, bibigyan naman nila kayo ng lab request para fully ma-evaluate nila kayo. Tapos, check up din nila kayo. And ano pa ba? After nun, you can just go to your family doctor if you need something. Let's say, meron akong kati-kati sa katawan or meron akong flu, you can go there or you can actually go to walk-in doctors din. So, may maraming walk-in doctors na available. Yun. Very helpful yun. Like, marami akong kakilala dito na nanganak na and they didn't pay for anything. Walang bayad manganak dito. Tapos, meron pang nakuhang parang allowance from the government for a lot of things. Let's say, kung low income ka, meron GST allowance. So, parang may every quarter, meron silang binibigay na certain amount of money para ma-supplement yung income nyo. So, nung time na based yun sa income. So, it depends how much it is, basically. And then, depende rin sa income nyo, pwede rin wala na kayong ma-receive kapag high income na kayo. Sabi ni Camille, yes, road trip. Pag nandito na, road trip. Yes, let's go for it. Basta kayo yung magdadrive. Hindi pa rin ako yung magdadrive. Pero ito yung masasabi ko, hindi man ako yung nagdadrive, pero magaling akong navigator. Okay? Yun, hindi kayo mawawala pag ako yung navigator nyo. Kasi nakatingin talaga ako sa road and guide ko si Google Maps. And yun, very good. Nakailang road trips na and so far, yung reviews na naririnig ko sa navigating skills ko ay okay. Sa driving skills, walang review kasi hindi ako nagdadrive pag long drive. Yun. Sabi ni Camille, yes, bilhin muna daw siya ng car. And then sabi din ni Camille, wait, punta muna kami dyan before anything else. Of course, malapit na. Next year, hopefully soon. Kita-kita agad tayo. And then sabi ni Camille, gusto ko yung massage. Yung massage dito, legit na massage. Kasi yung parang massage sa Pinas, like yung mga 250 pesos na yun, di ba? Ang tawag doon, relaxing massage lang. Relaxation massage. Hindi siya yung legit na therapeutic massage. Dito, kaya mo siya pwedeng i-claim sa insurance kasi registered yung mga massage therapists. Nag-aral talaga sila. They have a certificate. And tinatarget talaga yung muscles that are sore Or let's say, pupunta ka doon and you're like, oh, my body is sore right now. Like, my back is really hurting me. My legs, my hips, ganun, whichever part na sabihin mo. Tapos, majority of the massage is really focused on that. So, lalo na, recently, nag-start ako mag-workout. Medyo sore yung back ko. Tapos, yung legs and thighs ko. So, doon siya nag-focus. So, after ng massage, grabe yung feeling. Parang, sobrang nawala yung mga sakit-sakit sa katawan. Yun. Legit, yung kapag therapeutic massage, compared dun sa relaxation massage na parang Swedish and shiatsu massage lang, iba yung feeling. So, mas type ko ngayon yung mga therapeutic massages na focusing on certain body parts. Kasi, yung 1 hour na yun na nakafocus lang talaga on how to improve yung pain or yung mobility mo and yung flexibility mo. Tapos after nun, i-offer pa nila sa yung mga other tips on how to stretch yung body mo. Yun. Sabi ni Camille, love it. Dito sa Pinas, grabe expensive when you go to the doctor. That's true. Kaya yung family ko, pag nagkakasakit sila sa Pinas, yun. Expect mo na, marami talagang expenses, but that's part of life na living there sa Pinas, di ba? Yun nga, kaya kailangan talaga na magkayod, kailangan talaga na magpunta dito para mas makatulong ka sa family. Kwento ni Francesca yung rent assist. Oh yes, yung rent assist, isang program siya ng government dito sa Manitoba. I don't know kung ganito rin yung sa ibang places, pero let's say medyo nasa low income kayo, the government is actually gonna give you money to pay for your rent. Okay? So, it can be a certain amount of money, pwedeng $600, pwedeng $1,000. I'm not sure now how much it is, pero that's monthly na makukuha nyo from the government to help pay for your rent. So that's very good. Yun. So it's not the full rent, but at least a portion of your rent. And malaking bagay yun, especially let's say kung family kayo, tapos isa pa lang yung may work, not both husband and wife are working, so it helps na makatira kayo in a, kumbaga, nice place. Hindi naman yung super expensive na place, diba? But at least it's a decent living space. Okay. Sabi ni Camille, yun kailangan ko. Ha. Okay lang ako mag-drive, wag lang maging navigator. Ayan. Apply ako pang navigator. Sabi ni Camille, wow, excited na ako sa massage. Yes. You'll try it when you get here. Yun. Marami akong marirecommend na massage places na I've tried within our area. Sabi ni Francesca, portion ng rent. And parang sagot ata nila sa amin, 40% of rent. Yun. So, that's good, diba? Kasi let's say, yung rent nyo for $1,000 for, let's say, 2-bedroom, diba? So, at least 400 sagot sa kanila. So, 600 na lang yung kailangan niyang bayaran. So, that really helps kung hindi naman kayo high income. Diba? Kasi lalo na kapag when you're just starting here, hindi naman ma-expect na mataas agad yung sweldo na makukuha nyo. So madalas, pagdating nyo dito sa Canada, ang makukuha yung mga job muna is yung mga starter jobs, kumbaga. Pwedeng mag-work muna kayo sa restaurant, like Tim Hortons. I suggest na kung pupunta kayo dito, huwag nyo munang taasan yung expectations nyo about the job that you can get. Hindi lahat makakuha ng job na gusto nila right away. So, let's just be realistic na minsan mahirap talaga maghanap ng job and lalo na kapag walang Canadian experience, medyo mahirap. Which is very tricky nga kasi, diba? Anywhere you go, lagi na lang tatanungin, do you have work experience? Pero kung wala namang mag-hire sa'yo, paano ka magkakaroon ng work experience? Make sense? Diba? Kaya, lagi kong ina-emphasize, let's say, pag apply ako ng job, sinasabi ko na I may not have this kind of experience right now, but I'm very willing to learn and I'm very trainable. As in, madali talaga akong i-train. Yan. Kwento din ni Francesca, tapos may allowances for the kids we get from the Canada government and Manitoba. So, dalawa yung napagkukuhanan namin dati nung nasa low income pa kami. Yun. Which is very, very helpful. Malaking bagay talaga yung meron kayong makukuha na tulong for the kids. So, of course, depende yung amount on how many kids you have, diba? Kasi per child yun and per age group. I think at a certain age, kina-cut off na nila yung allowance na yun. I can't remember if it's like 18 years old, tapos wala na kayong child care benefit. But, from the time na pinanganak sila hanggang, let's say, 18 years old, meron kayong monthly na marireceive na allowance from the government. Yun. So, that's very, very helpful, lalo na kung isa lang yung nag-work, so nasusustain yung family. So, you can, tapos libre naman yung school dito ng mga kids, lalo na for primary and secondary years. Ang may bayad dito is yung university. Pero, from then, like, from the beginning until makaabot sila ng secondary, bago mag-university, libre yun. So, you don't have to pay for those. Kaya, yung iba, what they do is they set up like a registered education savings plan or yung tinatawag na RESP para sa kids nila. So, yung allowance na nare-receive nila from the government, pwede na lang ipasok doon sa RESP. Tapos, yung RESP na yun, yung amount na yun, minamatch siya ng government. So, nagpapasok din yung government ng pera doon. So, essentially, you're getting this money ready para kapag time na ng anak mo na mag-aral for university, meron ka na magagamit na pera. Yun. So, marami mga savings plans dito. And marami naman nakakuhang tulong from the government. Like, let's say, pag bago ka lang na immigrant, marami ding mga resources dito available for newcomers. For example, meron kayong mga free language classes. Like, si Francesca, naka-avail siya ng mga free French lessons. Yun, that's very, very helpful. Kung gusto nyong mag-expand ng other language skills nyo. And kwento din ni Francesca, yung mga food banks. Yes, food banks is, you just go to this place, tapos you can get whatever you want na food. Like may fresh vegetables, may mga canned goods, may mga fresh foods, bread, fruits, everything. So, malaking tulong talaga siya. Yung where I work, meron dun malapit na sort of parang food bank din siya. So, yung tinatawag na Bear Clan Patrol because yung area where I work is by the north end. So, meron dong Bear Clan Patrol. And then dun sa building na yun, you just go in and you can actually get like free groceries. So, malaking tulong yun, especially kung low income kayo or let's say homeless for some people. It's really a big help. So, isa pa na sasabi kong malaking tulong din talaga dito pagdating niyo sa Winnipeg is yung Filipino community. I really love yung Filipino community kasi they are like helpful. Yun. Majority naman willing tumulong. Let's say, lalo na sa online, sa Facebook, merong Filipino group actually for Filipinos in Winnipeg and in Manitoba. So, let's say, dito kayo, gusto niyo na magpunta dito, I can like invite you din sa group para meron din kayong ways to keep in touch with other people. So, yung mga nagpo-post doon, mga willing tumulong din, kumbaga. A lot of people are very, very helpful here, I find, na especially where I live sa Transcona, meron ding Facebook group dito for those people living in Transcona. So, for example, during winter time, kapag na-stuck ka or hindi gumaning kotse mo, someone will actually come to boost your car or help you get out of your driveway. Or yung iba doon nag-volunteer na mag-shovel ng driver or whatever. So, very helpful talaga ng mga tao dito. You're not alone. Yun yung one of the things that I want na to emphasize. Even if you're going to another place by yourself or let's say with your family, and sometimes mafe-feel mo na, kaya ko ba talaga to? I'm alone. How can I do this? Blah, 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 blah. So, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Kahit mag-post lang kayo sa Facebook or you can message me. I will try my best to help. Always. Yun. So, I really make an effort then to reply dun sa mga lahat ng nagme-message sa akin na how to get here, yung mga tips on how to be a pharmacist dito sa Canada. Minsan lang napapatagal yung reply kasi busy sa work and magkaiba ng time zone. So, minsan nakakalimutan ko mag-reply. Pero most of the time, I reply right away. Yun. I try and make an effort to really connect with other people. Kasi alam ko yung feeling na mag-isa ka lang. Kasi remember, I did all the steps. Mag-isa lang ako. Alam ko yung feeling na mag-isa lang and I just want to be there for others who also need help. Yun. Ano pa ba yung mga ma-share ko? Education system dito. Well, sa Pinas, kailangan mo magbayad mostly to have a good education. Kasi unfortunately, yung public education system sa Pinas, it's not so good. Singapore, it's very, very expensive for education there. I know yung mga bata doon, it's like $1,000 para lang talaga. Parang yung presyo na ng education for foreigners. Yun. It's very expensive to go to school sa Singapore. Dito sa Canada, ang babayaran mo lang pag nasa university ka or college. Pero hanggang high school mo, matapos ka ng high school, walang bayad yun. Yun nga lang, iba yung quality din ng education. Napansin ko na pag sa Pinas, mas advanced yung learning, basically. Kasi dito, pag bata pa lang, parang medyo focus nila is for kids to enjoy life, wala masyadong homeworks, medyo laro-laro lang. Pero, yun nga. Pero okay naman din yung education dito kasi I know and I worked with like a lot of people na, yun nga, like other pharmacists, other like mga technicians who actually went through school here and they're smart. Yun. And to think na free yung education tapos yung they're very smart. Diba? Hindi lang book smart pero street smart din. So I think that's very, very good. What else? Yung traffic situation, oh my God, dito walang traffic, wala pa talaga. Very rare ko na experience yung traffic na standstill traffic. Okay? Nangyari lang yun siguro kung may accident on the road. Tapos, na-stuck kayo and like one way lang, walang ibang pupuntahan. So talagang traffic until ma-clear yun. But that's like, I don't think I've ever experienced na ma-stuck in traffic for more than 5 minutes. So, usually, yun yung pinakamatagal na masa-stuck ako in traffic. Pero sa Pinas, hello, lalabas ka pa lang sa Better Living Subdivision kung saan kami nakatira nun. I remember nung umuwi ako ng Pinas, lalabas pa lang ng subdivision to go to the highway. Palabas lang ng subdivision to, it's like an hour. Sana nilakad ko na lang, nakarating na ako kanina pa. Minsan nga more than an hour pa eh. Nauna pa talaga yung mga naglalakad. So, grabe talaga yung traffic sa Pinas. Tapos, kunwari sa Pinas, magta-travel ka, let's say, by car, di ba? Punta ka ng Makati. Okay, yan. Or Quezon City. So, that takes you like 2-3 hours. Pero katabing city mo lang yun. And it's like near. Imagine mo kung walang traffic yun, siguro you're there in like 15-20 minutes. Dito, yung 2 hours, 3 hours mo na yun, naku, baka nakarating ka na ng Ontario. Diba? Meron ng mga parks, I think siguro mga 3 hours na ka na ng Manitoba and Ontario. Yun. Or baka nga nasa Ontario ka na. Ibang province na yun. Malayo na yung mararating mo dun sa 2 hours, 3 hours mo na yun. Dito nga, umaabot na ako ng, let's say, mga 200, siguro mga 100 to 200 kilometers. Tapos, mga 1 hour, 20 minutes. Yung mga 100-something kilometers yun. Kasi yung speed naman dito is like 80 kilometers an hour. Tapos, pag nasa highway, minsan 100 kilometers an hour. So, kung ganun, if you're gonna travel like 100 kilometers, basically, it'll take you like probably an hour 15 or an hour 20 minutes. Yun. So, love ko mag-drive dito kasi wala masyadong stress. Ito pa, super tahimik. What I mean is, sa Pinas kasi, everywhere you go, maririnig mo puro busina ng sasakyan. Like, beep, 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 beep. Okay? Dito, sa 3 years na nagdadrive ako dito, hindi ko pa napindot yung busina ng car. Although may mga times na super close, like kunwari malapit na ako tapos biglang may magko-cross in front of me, muntik na talaga ma-aksidente. Kasi right of way ko tapos bigla siyang gumanon, di ba? Gagamitin ko na yung horn ko, kaya lang parang yan mo na, nakaligtas naman ako eh. Like, I mean, it's like done. What's the point of stressing myself over it? So, hanggang ngayon, 3 years na, hindi ko pa nagagamit yung busina ng car ko. Pero sa Pinas, pagdating ko pa lang mag-drive, sabi ni Mama, hindi, gamitin mo yung horn mo kasi kung hindi nila alam na nandyan ka. Grabe talaga, parang kailangan yung kamay mo nandun lang sa busina mo pag nasa Pinas ka. Tapos, syempre, yung pagda-drive din, tipid sa busina ako. Kung the battery yun, yung battery nun hanggang 100 years na siguro. Sabi ni Camille. Yun. Tapos sa Pinas pa, I remember, four-way intersection. 'Di ba? Dapat, kung four-way stop sign yun, basically, or intersection, whoever goes there first, siya yung mauuna, or parang may something, nagdadirect ng traffic, 'di ba? Pero doon, hindi. Slowly, mag-inch ka forward, hanggang sa makarating ka sa gitna, and hanggang sa padaanin ka ng iba. Kasi wala na silang choice dahil ikaw na yung sa gitna. Yun. So, sabi ni mama nun, palabas pa lang ako ng street namin, hindi ako makalabas ng four-way intersection kasi sabi niya, paano tayo makakalabas din? Parang 20 minutes na ako na nag-iintay doon na padaanin nila ako. Tapos hindi hindi sila nag-give way for me kasi hindi ko pinupush forward yung car. So, yun. Kailangan aggressive ka mag-drive sa Pinas. Dito, hindi kailangan aggressive driver. Kailangan defensive driver. Okay, sabi ni Francesca, ginamit ko yung busina pambati lang sa tao. Yeah. Sabi ni Camille, mukhang di ko magagamit busina ng car. Yes, I think yung mga bumubusina lang dito, usually, yung mga galing din sa ibang bansa. Yung parang naging nakasanayan na nila na gumagamit sila ng busina. Pero dito, hindi talaga kailangan. Yun. I know, right? Sabi ni Camille, dito gamit na gamit sobra. Yes. Kung pinapalitan yung battery nun, parang siguro every week kailangan palitan sa Pinas kasi gamit na gamit talaga siya. Sabi ni Camille, dapat magaling ka madumiskarte when you drive here. That's so true. Dapat magaling ka talaga dumiskarte. And nakakatakot din mag-drive sa Pinas kasi I remember nasa highway sa EDSA. Tapos yung lane, walang marker na mag-end siya. Tapos bigla na lang siyang nag-end. And then I have to find a way na mag-move dun sa kabilang lane. Tapos walang gustong mag-give way, so I'm almost like stuck there. And then minsan pag nag-change ng lanes, yung bus driver, bigla na lang silang move into your lane without even checking kung clear ba talaga sila. So parang ikaw, syempre, ayaw mo naman na mabangga ka ng bus. You'll have to like stop or slow down to give them way, or you have to move to the next lane. Basta, ang hirap explain, pero gets nyo, ang gulo. Tapos maya may dadaan na lang na tao sa tapat mo na pedestrian. So, like, seriously, ang hirap mag-drive sa Pinas. So, buti na lang, saglit lang ako na nag-drive doon kasi yung level of stress talaga. Doon ako na-stress. Sobrang stressful. Pero mas nakaka-stress kung mag-MRT ka or bus or LRT kasi ang haba ng pila naman sa MRT, LRT, or sa bus. Kailangan din aggressive ka kasi kung kunwari, intay ka lang dyan bago ka makapasok ng bus, wala na, napuno na yung bus, naiwan ka na ng bus, siguro mga 10 bus na yung dumating, hindi ka pa nakasakay. Kaya kailangan doon talagang magaling ka maniko ng tao. Kasi kailangan, no, it's my turn, kailangan ako yung makasakay ngayon. Yeah. Grabe, di ba? Sabi ni Camille, yep, lagi pasmado kamay ko and stiff whenever I drive sa SLEX. Tapos yung SLEX mo, dapat kung walang traffic yun, well, you're like done in like 15-20 minutes, pero dahil sobrang traffic, SLEX na yun na, expressway. Expressway from one end to another, 1 hour, 2 hours. Ano yung express dun? Tapos babayad ka ng toll. Diba? Ayun pa, puro toll fee sa Pinas. Sa kahit anong highway, puro toll fee. Dito, walang toll fee. Kaya nung nasa Pinas ako, sabi ko, grabe naman yung bayad sa toll. Maya na lang bayad ka ng toll para lang gumamit ng roads. Tapos, ang bagal naman. Hindi naman ganun ka dali. Parang express ba talaga? Worth it ba talagang binayad mo? I don't know. Medyo worth it kasi nabuwasan ka ng 30 minutes or an hour on take. Sabi ni Camille, ba't sanay na? Yan. Sabi ni Francesca, dami na rin modus operandi pag magko-commute ka. Yeah, true. Hindi ganun ka-safe mag-commute sa Pinas. Dito, nung time na nagbabas ako, wala naman ako na-experience na any untoward incidents, basically. Hindi ka gaya sa Pinas, na-snatch na yung phone mo, nalaslas na yung bag mo. Tapos, pagtulog mo, baka kung ano, nahawakan ka na ng mga kung ano-ano dyan. Diba? Hindi talaga safe. Pero dito, mas safe. Kahit makatulog ka sa bus, yun. Mas safe ka talaga dito. And ano pa ba? May mga sabi kong na-appreciate ko talaga dito. Oh, yung work ko, basically. Na-enjoy ko talaga yung work ko dito. Kasi, well, mas malaking salary dito compared sa Pinas and sa Singapore. And hindi stressful yung work dito. As in, my time na chill lang talaga. Hindi ako nasa-stress sa work dito at all. Very rare yung instance na ma-stress ako. Tsaka yung discrimination, hindi ko siya talaga na-experience dito sa Canada. Okay? Hindi kagaya nung nasa Singapore ako. Being like Filipino, medyo ang tingin nila pag Pinoy kasi doon sa Singapore, parang maid. Kasi maraming mga OFW doon na parang domestic helpers. So, ang tingin nila, pag Pinoy ka, maid ka. So, medyo mababa yung tingin nila sa'yo. And lalo na kapag hindi ka marunong mag-Chinese, yun. Medyo mababa yung tingin, talagang feeling nila, you do not belong there or you do not deserve to be there. Tapos, grabe talaga din yung papagawa nila sa'yo. Na-experience ko nung nag-work ako nun sa hospital, halos araw-araw, mumurahin ka talaga ng pasyente. Pero, that's life, I guess. Wala ka nang magagawa kasi hindi mo naman pwedeng murahin din yung pasyente, 'di ba? So, kailangan mo lang like maging calm, hindi mo pwedeng erase yung voice mo sa kanila, lalo na you're basically like a visitor there in their country. So, you're just working there. You have to be respectful of the place. So, kahit na anong sabihin nila against you, yun, hindi mahirap lumaban. So, yun, na araw-araw halos mumurahin ka ng mga pasyente doon. I don't know, wala naman fault sa'yo. Let's say, ine-expect nila kasi dun mabilis lahat, tapos konting madali ka lang, let's say 1 or 2 minutes sa pagbigay mo ng medication. Nagalit na sila. Like, I remember dun nag-work ako, meron kaming queue time, which means yung time from the time na dumating yung pasyente dun sa drop-off station hanggang sa time na ma-receive nila yung medications nila sa dispensing site, dapat lahat ng yun nagawa in 20 minutes or less. So, kapag nag-exceed niya siya ng 20 minutes, ano na yun, parang negative effect na yun. Pero dito, kahit mag-intay sila ng 30 minutes, 1 hour, okay lang. Sabihin na, oh yeah, take your time. I'll just come back for it. Chill lang kayo dyan. Don't worry about it. Pero although meron din naman naiilan na, I'm rushing. My bus is there. My bus is coming. I have a taxi waiting. Or I'm like rushing. I need to go home. Can I get my meds? And then meron din mga na-frustrate. Pero never to the point na mumurahin ka talaga ng pasyente. So, namura na ako dito. Pero hindi naman directed at me. Parang basically like a general frustration of all the bad things happening to them. Like, that's fine. Para lang naman kaming sponge na taga-absorb lang. And then, pipigain mo yung sponge tapos i-release mo lahat ng negative energy. Tapos, start ulit, refresh ulit the next day. Yun. Ganon. Kwento din na Francesca, flexible pa yung company sa work hours and schedule. Yes, actually, very flexible naman yung mga tao dito at saka madaling pakiusapan. I remember, nung time na nagkasakit si Trish, na I really need to go to the Philippines. Yun, kinausap ko yung boss ko, sabi ko, can I go to the Philippines? But I need to be there for a long time. Very rare na yung boss na papayag sa'yo na mawawala ka for like 2 months. Kahit ba unpaid leave siya. Pero matagal pa rin kasi yun na wala ka sa work, di ba? So, I was away for 6 weeks. Nasa Pinas ako. Yun, medyo bitin pero yun lang talaga yung pwede kasi I really needed to get back to work din. Yan. Very flexible sila. Uso din dito yung mga flexi hours. Lalo na ngayon, because of COVID, so maraming mga work from home options, which is very, very good. Tapos, yun nga, since hindi naman ganun ka-stressful yung work, you can have like other part-time jobs din. And you can actually have a better quality of life. I would say, kasi like ngayon sa Canada, kahit na nag-work, meron pa akong time to do workouts, meron pa akong time to do other things kasi hindi ako sobrang pagod. Yun. Anyway, it's like 3 hours na since I started this live and I'm very thankful sa lahat ng nanood. Hindi ko in-expect na hahaba ng ganito yung live. I thought it's just gonna be like an hour. But I'm very, very thankful to everyone who's been here. Cut ko na muna siya dito for now. And kung may questions kayo, just comment below or just message me and then I can have other ideas then for live sessions next time. So again, thank you so much. And sabi ni Camille, hey Monique, thanks for this. Need to go already. Bye guys. Thank you guys. It's already like 11 p.m. here and I think it's 12 noon nasa Pinas. Thank you so much for staying and for watching. 11 na. I have work tomorrow, so I also need to rest. But again, thank you so much for tuning in here. I appreciate it so, so much. Thanks, Francesca. Sabi niya, good job till your next life. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, I hope marami ako na-share na information sa inyo. And this one is recorded naman. And you can always come back to it next time. So again, thanks for watching. So it's all good now. Thank you. Bye.